What's going on, Byron?
What's up, Darbo? How are you, my friend?
I'm
Happy
doing
Sunday.
I'm doing great. Did you like that Shane Lowry meltdown?
No, I didn't because he still fucked me over.
Oh, how so? How so?
I had him for one and done. I was expecting him to finish second, and then he
Hey,
finished tie second
hey, no,
with
no, no,
two
no,
other
no,
people.
no, no, no. I don't want to hear it. I had Michael Thorbjornsen, who decided to just completely melt down on the last hole of his before making the cut. Okay, this is the Cognizant Classic. This is the Honda Classic where the chalk goes to die. You want to know the only chalk that died was Michael Thorbjornsen?
Look, the Højgaard brothers were on life support though, bud. Like
They were, but they came through.
revival.
They came
Massive
through.
revival. I'm just gonna send this out quickly to tell everyone that we are going live, and then we can chat more about this. I think it was fascinating, man.
Yeah.
It was such a fascinating week of golf, especially down the stretch here. We all knew what was going to happen with Shane because I bet him top 5 and top 20 without the win. And it came through really, really nicely there. So we'll see what cooks. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on the swing mechanics for Shane.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I was talking about with my buddy Tyler. This is going to be like a. By the way, I talk to this guy every week about golf, so I'm probably going to mention him a lot. I'm sorry.
Tyler has been mentioned now. We know.
You're going to meet him too, by the way. I'm bringing him down to Iowa to go golfing, and we need to go golfing soon because I've realized I've got 2 months to prepare for the U.S. Open qualifier. I need to be golfing as soon as possible. Soon as possible.
We will get you figured out.
So I'm gonna pressure you into letting me come down there and stay with you.
You are more than welcome because I know how much colder it gets up there by you freaking guys.
The fact that you guys have already been golfing, we're not even remotely close. Not even remotely close.
Yeah, it's crazy what a couple hours does. But
yeah,
it's crazy what a couple hours does at the Cognizant because Shane was like right in the mix. Let's throw some comments over here. We got fantasy golf. Fantasy Football Garage and Retail Ripper, the 2G OGs underneath Darbo's chin there. I'm going to pull up my screen, Darbo.
Yeah, you do you, man.
Let's chat about Shane Lowry. So this is Mito Pereira on the 18th hole of the PGA Championship. And here's Shane Lowry when he hit his first water ball off the tee.
Oh, yeah.
On 16. And what I noticed is how low both of their arms are in the follow through, which is typically what you try to do when you try to hit a swoopy draw that turns into an absolute block fade into the water.
I don't think Lowry was trying to hit a draw. Here's what I think happened because you saw this on 17. He got stuck. And the reason he got stuck is because his transition was too quick. And that is exactly what happens when you are very nervy trying to hit a golf ball. Shane Lowry, who's been on the PGA Tour for how long, who is a major champion for like 2019. He had the claret jug for 2 years. You remember that? They were talking about it on the broadcast. That guy got nervous at the Cognizant Classic. Again. Yeah, it was bad. And this is what I told my buddy. I go, this is why I don't think weird golf swings will ever be good on tour. Like a lot of people like swing your swing, whatever weird golf swing you have. When you have a weird golf swing, it is hard to replicate in high pressure situations. And, like they were talking about, and like the whole time, like Saturday and Sunday, the broadcast was talking about how Shane Lowry, there's multiple ways to get the ball, down the hole, and take a look at Austin Smotherman's golf swing versus Shane Lowry, or I forget who it was when Shane, I forget the Thursday, Friday pairing with Shane, but one golfer had zero elbow, bend or even wrist bend or whatever it was. And then there's Shane Lowry who just whips the club up to the top and then swings through. I don't ever think someone like a Shane Lowry, minus the Ryder Cup, can ever deliver when he needs to, because that golf swing requires timing. And if you are just a bundle of nerves, it's never going to work out.
Yeah. And I think the Ryder Cup thing is fascinating because the only reason he can succeed under probably more, like he mentioned it in his presser, that I can't believe that I felt the way I did. He said he couldn't feel his club face for the final 3 holes. And at least, dude, you know what? Before I get into the rest of this, I want to shout out Shane. I've given him a very hard time overall. Like he's like a fatter version of Colin Morikawa. Like just could never seem to get it together for the fans. Like he's one of the few guys that said we missed interviews afterwards that they want people to like give them some time to like digest what's just happened first before they get in front of a microphone. One of the most epic meltdowns we'll see ever. And he was in front of the mic mentioning that he wanted to win it for his baby girl, 4 years old, who was there. And that's the stuff I need to hear after someone's had a tragic loss, like a tragic second place finish. And now I care way more about Shane because, buddy, like that's relatable.
We're all human.
Like,
yeah.
We're all human. And he was like, oh, I was thinking about this little gingered 4-year-old running across the green to come celebrate with me. And I wanted to melt, man. I wanted to melt because that is so cool. That's the cool part. That's why you get in front of the camera afterwards, because that's what we want to hear and stuff. But with the Ryder Cup stuff, Darbo, I want to mention like having a good team around you can be incredible. Like it can be uplifting. It can give you the confidence that you don't have in yourself. And when Shane is playing for Europe, when he's playing with Rory, when he plays with Rory, his confidence is sky high.
Oh yeah, big time.
If honestly, I don't know who said it, but someone said Rory needs to go and caddy for Shane in these events.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was like Thursday or Friday. They said that,
and it's so true because I think he needs to get rid of his caddy. The caddy is good. It's not getting him across the line. He needs to be the Rory for Shane in these moments. And it's just granted, it is Shane's execution for the most part, but the easiest way to get Shane to execute is to have him believe in himself. And I don't think the caddy is helping out in crunch time.
This wasn't Shane's normal caddy though, right? This was like a fill-in. Doesn't he have like Billy Foster or something like that as his caddy?
It's a Billy Foster lookalike, right? I think.
Oh, yeah, but this guy I didn't even recognize this caddy.
I thought he looked old, which is Shane's guy, the old like washed up Father Christmas from Ireland.
Yeah, but that wasn't the guy caddying this time.
I thought it was. I don't know. Whatever it is, that's probably a significant point to mention.
Yeah, I don't. I guess you know what? I'm gonna Google it right now.
Yeah, let's find out, Chad. Hook us up with some answers here. But I do think it's obviously. You mentioned the swing being an issue for him. Yes, I think
It's a new caddy.
It is
not new, but it is. They started in 2023, so it was Paul McGinley was his old one. So yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, 2023 is still pretty. I mean, what's that? 3 and a bit years now.
Yeah.
So the connection there is obviously. I mean, the first hole he just crushed it over the green. Like he was sun running so hard early. The first hole make that 11-footer. Then every birdie putt he had that was reasonable didn't come through, and then he was going to 3-putt that par 3 and absolutely hit the back of the hole for birdie. And then on 6, hit probably one of the worst, like a drive that everyone can relate with, but just doesn't have the same result that we all tend to see when we thin top it. It was like
it was
one
close.
of the best top shots I've ever seen, because that thing still went 240 yards over the water, like to top something and carry all that water. So it was just very thin.
Yeah, he healed it. Yeah, it was just a mishit bottom left of his club.
Filthy stuff. But that happened. Then he made that 20-footer for par on that hole, which that should have been for, like, I think Shane sun ran too early. He I don't think he's ever going to win a tournament from the front. He needs to get lucky and post a number like one or two groups ahead. He
Okay.
needs to be behind and not feel like he can win the tournament and has to chase and play with like house money. You know, I don't think he cares that he lost 500. I mean, he basically lost $1 million today,
That's true.
you know, compared to first place payout to then T2, which I think would have been close to $1 million regardless.
Yeah, he could have had second place alone had he just made that, 8-footer or whatever he had towards the end.
Yeah. But again, at that point, he was sizzled. You know, like the fact that he had that bunker shot was almost fantastic.
I figured he
On
was going to
18.
get it close. Like I think a lot of people were thinking he was done, and it was like, he's going to run it. I know that for certain. Like I know he's good enough as a bunker player to actually just chunk and run it.
And that bunker shot on 16 was probably one of the best bunker shots you'll see all year because it helped him make a double, which still kept him in the mix going into 17. But he was completely short-sighted there on the downhill, and he landed exactly where you needed to. And you see how close he came to hitting the ball in that bunker shot. Like he caught it perfect. That he could have sculled that over the green.
You know, the
like
weird
fraction.
The weird thing on 16, and I know he healed something on 14, but like, when you're playing competitive golf and you do something like you did on, I think it was hole 14 where you hit that little thin shot, the one that he almost topped, like that was 14, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of a different? Either way,
6.
Oh, early. Okay. Way earlier. Anyways, that sticks in your mind throughout a round of golf. And if you're getting to hole 16 and you have a 3-stroke lead, the thought in your head is, whatever you do, make sure your miss is on the proper side, no matter what. It doesn't even matter how far the miss is. So I don't really know or remember what's down hole 16 on the left side. I think it's just grandstands and maybe, the rest of the golf course. But here's the thing. How he missed on 16, he gave himself 0 distance down the hole because he hit it directly over the hazard off the tee box. If you're going to hit a cut, and I guess if you're saying he was trying to hit a draw, which I don't think he was trying to, but if you're going to hit a cut, I joke with a lot of my friends whenever I go golfing, it's like, you better start that ball left and make it come back to the right. If you overslice it, at least the ball starts down the hole and then goes into the water. That way, then you have an approach shot. What he did was, I would say amateur, but what he did was high handicap. Like that's bad. Like that is the worst thing to see from a golfer who doesn't ever draw the golf ball. Like I know he knows how to, but he normally hits a fade.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
I think it was just, I don't think his course management was to blame there. I think he was planning on doing what we're talking about. And the execution was just so subpar that he block faded it. Like you saw me do 1,000,000 times on our golf trip. I totally understand that shot. It's just you just immediately right and fading. And I'd imagine he was planning on hitting it down the left side of the fairway at least and having it fade back into the fairway.
I would hold on to the club longer. Like my miss would have been, if I'm trying to hit a cut, my miss would have been a pull draw. Like it would have been ugly, but in the right direction. Yeah, exactly. I'm making sure that the club goes left. Like I'm not I know I'm a decent golfer. I'm not the best golfer in the world. I know what I need to do in order to make my game work. How in the hell do you not know how to do that as a tour pro? I feel like I'm better than Shane Lowry today. Like I'm not, but
holes,
I'm not making that mistake. I'm not making that mistake.
And then to do it on, like, obviously that's the best part about the bear trap.
Yeah, right. True.
Water down the right on all 3 of those holes. So if you can't keep it together and you rinse the first one, there's a very good chance you're rinsing another one in the next 2, because it's the same thought process going through your head. It's the same miss. It's basically the same exact shots into all 3 of those holes with, I think the par four being slightly less right versus short. But I
And
mean,
he did say he couldn't feel his club face, so I guess I feel for him on that, because if you don't feel your club face while you're swinging, that is very problematic. And obviously anything can happen. Like I just said, my miss would have been a low left hook, basically. That's what my miss would have been.
yeah.
But I don't know where that ball would have went. It could have been in the weeds on the left side of the golf hole, and I would have, I could have been screwed that way.
I don't know what's left.
Yeah, I don't either.
Maybe there's problems down there too, but it's absurd, dude. And I think also the fact that he was putting so well was like every long putt he needed to make, he kind of made, and couldn't take care of business from 10 to 15 feet until he started like going. And then the part that was the craziest was it 11 or 12 where he pulled another drive, because he had the lefties for the majority of the beginning of the round, off the tee at least. Like when he did miss, it was like a bit of a slow swing. The hands caught up to the body before the body could get through the ball, kind of thing. And he hit that tee shot that landed on the right edge of the bunker, like on the downhill, like lip part, and scooted through and shot out to the other side to a 135-yard wedge that he put to 5 feet, and then made the putt. And that was like, what a break, because he could have been chipping for birdie from a really like far away after having to get out of the bunker. So things were running really good for him early, and he capitalized on it, man. And then I think having that 3-shot lead, kind of, you could start seeing as he hit iron off the tee on 15, I think, and it left him with 199 into the green on a par 4 that people were hitting like 9 irons and wedges into. But he's a good long iron player, so all he knew, I think he was going to just middle of the green that bad boy, 2-putt and get out of there, which he did. And then I think he tried to do the same thing on 16, and then just the nerves caught up. It was insane. And to transition to Nico, the shot that he hit on 17 should have had him not even winning this thing. He turned a double into a birdie.
Yeah.
Really, because he hit a bad shot there.
I agree. He did hit a bad shot. People need to understand he
executed poorly. Yes.
He mishit that ball. Just based off of the ball flight, how that happened, and he picked the right club. That's basically what it came down to.
Yeah, and just had enough to get over the water, man. And then he made the putt.
That's right.
taking your chances, which is hilarious. Every time he gets into contention, he like closes the deal, unless I bet him at the Sony, and then he 3-putts to miss out on continuing the playoff with Nick Taylor.
I was thinking he is such an excellent DFS player. He is, and they said it on the stream or on the broadcast. It's like he's hot or cold. Like he's just, it's birdies or bogeys, and that is exactly what you want in a DFS player.
It's a T8 at Pebble, a win at the Cog, and miscuts for the rest of the year, which is like absurd to think about. So I don't know. It was crazy to see. And Smotherman was starting to play like Shane Lowry earlier in the round too, with you could see the tentative short putts. That is like the first sign, right? Is when you're leaving things 4 feet short versus 4 feet past the hole, because you're almost leaving it 8 feet short of what you're actually trying to do, kind of thing, right? So you can really see how nervy people are. And then Shane was starting to get to that point, and then he rolled a couple, and you could see the confidence completely change. And then it was just really weird how once he hit in the water, he hit the wedge to the middle of the green. He didn't even give himself another chance to make a sneaky fall there.
In my thought, I had said this. It's like, why couldn't you do that the first time with your other iron? Because it was only a 160-yard shot, or 170, just a little under 170. You couldn't just hit the middle of the green then? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What a bad wedge, like.
Not good. No. And I think at that point in time, his mind was spinning so fast. I mean, seeing those, like obviously, and it's crazy. And I do think, Darbo, there's some people that just thrive under that pressure.
Yeah.
There's some people that just don't. You just don't have it. You don't have it, man. And I remember when I was playing good golf, like in a junior level, and we play like scratch league and it's match play, and you have to make that putt on the final hole. Like when I was playing good golf, I felt like I could handle that stuff. And then when you're not confident in yourself and you get into like
Right.
a friendly match with a buddy or two, and then you have same stuff, and you just, like.
You bring up a good point. I mean, I was gonna create an argument out of thin air. Like how I like to sometimes create videos and make arguments
with hackers that will never crack your system. Yes.
One of them was gonna be like, there were a few golfers like Brooks today that came from so far back and ended up getting inside the top 10. At the end of the week, do you feel like that was, he was a top 10 golfer for the week? Or was that luck to get inside the top 10?
No, yeah. I mean, it's a backdoor top 10 without a doubt. I mean, he finished T8 when he missed that birdie putt on 18 to likely finish inside the top 10, what he thought. He was T8. And I think that the leaders were on like hole 7.
Yeah, it was
or something,
early.
So they had like a whole nother wave of guys coming through still. And the conditions obviously got harder and harder as the day went on. And he missed a putt that was important, I would say. And I think that's what I'm taking away from it more, is the putt is still a massive. I mean, he gained quite a lot putting in random rounds, and it's not consistent enough, but it's good to see that he's at least getting it together. But the thing is, the putts that he made with like these long bombs.
Oh, I know. He was making long putts.
I would like to see him make a couple more like 10 to 20 footers. Those are the ones that like Brooksy, you've seen him in the majors like nails over those.
I do kind of have, I mean, I have different thoughts on this. Like, I think a top 10 is a top 10 no matter what. Because like last year, Joe Highsmith made the cut on the number and then went on to win. You could say that's lucky, but that's a tournament of golf. Like and this is the argument that I made up in my head. It's like, if I was playing you and we had 4 holes left to play and you were up by 6 strokes, if I birdie that next hole and you bogey it, I'm most likely going to win that contest. And maybe not. Maybe you can put the foot down, but then what happens is I'm hot now. I got a birdie, you got a bogey. Our mentalities change. And kind of what I was going to get at is I got nothing to lose, so I can continue just going for it, where you are holding your breath, trying not to give it away. And so some of these golfers that are like low on the leaderboard can just go in and just play regular, like their own like dome golf. Like you call it dome golf, because like they're just going to go and basically play the best golf they can possibly play. They got nothing to prove.
Minimal pressure.
That's right. But that's also just how a tournament happens. I mean, it's a different mindset. Like for a Brooks, who, let's say he came into the bear trap 4 shots behind with the leaders on hole 7 or whatever. And he just like, well, screw it. They're most likely going to keep getting more birdies. Like I need to put the pedal down and just make birdies. I'm just going to play like I'm playing a normal round of golf. Whereas a Shane Lowry towards the end is like, let's not hit it in the water, and then like, so that's just how golf goes. And it's hard to quantify. I fucking hate that word. I'm sorry.
No, it's so true though. I mean, I'm going to get you to add to your tool, because it was in mine.
Yeah.
Where you can look and see, okay, how someone played when he's within 3 shots of the lead on a Sunday. Like, do some guys play better?
Yeah.
When they chasing from 4 back? Because
you have that on your tool, on your
which
your Power
you're going to
BI.
add to yours soon, because I can't keep up with my own stuff. But it's absolutely a thing. And in the Showdown, channel on the Model Maniac Patreon, I faded Shane Lowry today in Showdown, $11,000 Shane Lowry, and I went Ryan Gerard and Nico.
Nico's lovely.
Swindle.
Did Ryan help you out then? I mean, Shane had to also have helped you out, minus the double bogeys.
Well, I didn't play Shane. 55% of the field
Oh,
plays Shane in
I guess
Showdown
what I meant to
because
say is that Shane still did well because he got like 6 or 7 birdies today, right?
I was driving back from wherever we were today with Caitlin. We went shopping, grocery shopping, and I said to him, "This guy Nikolai Højgaard has got six or seven birdies already. I don't see Shane Lowry getting to 6 birdies today under the pressure that he's on." And through the first 4 or 5 holes, first 4.5 holes, he was never going to make a birdie. Then he rolled that 45-footer in for birdie, and I was like, this is his first birdie after like, 55% of the field in Showdown had Shane Lowry. And I was like, this is a smash situation because Nikolai is going to outscore him for sure.
Mhm.
And anyone that's playing Shane definitely doesn't have Nikolai in their lineup because they're too high priced. So it's a perfect pivot. And Ryan Gerard did okay. My biggest issue was it had Gary Kigo in that lineup.
I don't even know what he did.
He made 1 birdie and 1 bogey to shoot.
Oh, I hate that.
He's like such a volatile guy. Goes out there and makes 16 pars. It's like
someone did that to me last week when I had a really good lineup and I just needed the guy to get. I think it was. Nope, never mind. I was gonna say Grazerman. Did Grazerman on his final? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But all I'm saying is I understand the pain because that shit pisses me off. Where it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're just gonna have like a ho hum. Let's just shoot even par and not get any birdies or bogeys.
I don't know. Especially from guys that you expect to just be unhinged the entire time.
Yeah.
I also want to address something in the chat here quickly. We do have the 2 separate chats. If you want your chat to be seen underneath Eric's face over here, come into my channel. If you just want to hang out and just watch golf, watch us talk about golf and things, go to Darbo's channel on Sweet Spot DFS. The channels sound different because Eric's using a totally different. He's streaming from my screen.
Yeah.
So don't be free. Does it sound bad on Eric's side?
Yeah. Is Byron quiet? Because that's usually the thing I get, and it's not you, Byron. It's my. You're in the perfect like gap of sound on my mixer.
Okay.
So I'll boost Byron up a little bit. If anyone in my chat can tell me if Byron is a little low, let me know.
Okay, so it's just me being quiet then. According to, I need to put my glasses on. I can't even read these chats. I feel like such an old man. But yeah, what else happened today? You could see you were mentioning how you and I would play, and I'd obviously beat you by making birdie and you making bogey. But there would be the same instance here with Austin Smotherman and Shane Lowry, right? Like this, we could see Shane was outside of him for every putt that Shane made, and then Smotherman was inside of Shane and missed those next putts, which is like the classic, whoever makes it first is going to win kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah.
And it completely sucked Austin's mojo out of him. You could see he lost with the putter today. Been putting fine all week, putting really well actually all week, and then couldn't get it together. I think Shane led the field in putting today. Oh no, Jordan Smith of all people.
He had a good round. He's another one that backdoored at top. Oh, he almost top 20. Yeah,
top 23 for old Smithy. And what's hilarious with him is he's 75th percentile, Darbo, when I should have for Showdown. Like I have spike putting. What is your 75th best putting your 25th best putting performance of your last 100? Like what is your upside with the putter? And Jordan Smith's is like pathetically bad. I think it's almost close to like 0. He's like 75th percentile of putting is like 0 strokes gained. But he's a very good, TD Green guy, which he lost in all 3 categories today and gained 3.3 strokes putting.
That's just golf, man.
That's just golf, dude.
That's just golf.
Freaking hilarious. I had a lotto parlay for 3 balls in round 3, which cashed 3 of the 4 legs, and Hao Tong Lee shot -2 in round 4, in round 3. The other guy that he had to go up against was Patton Kazaya. We gained 4 strokes on approach, 1.2 off the tee, gained 5 strokes ball striking and shot -8 the round of the day with Shane Lowry. He was $6,000 flat for round 4 Showdown.
Let me tell you something. As I was doing my Wednesday night live stream for my members on YouTube, I was looking at the 6K range that typically finds themselves inside the top 10. Vijay Singh was inside the top 10, I think in 2023 or 2022.
Okay.
And it was, well, maybe not, I don't remember exactly, but it was like not too long ago. 55-year-old Vijay Singh.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I was building lineups, Patton Kazire came across my lineup, and I go, I don't know if he's old enough to qualify for the old guy lineup, but I can't play Patton Kazire. It's not Texas, so I passed on him. Not saying that lineup would have been perfectly good, but he would have fit that old guy narrative because I think he technically is kind of old. I mean, he might be my age and I'd be dating myself, but anyways, it's funny you say Patton Kazire because I was watching him this week or today, I should say, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. Yeah, he is my age. He's 39.
Yeah, 39, 11 months.
He's not the old guy I'm thinking. I'm thinking like 50-year-old.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up my screen real quick, do my recap. You want to see something hilarious, Darbo?
Yes.
Here's my bet tracker. Let's pull up the cog quickly. And then the chat wants to recap your week this week. I've done this now twice where I've only had like a couple. Literally, Shane Lowry top 5, Shane Lowry top 20 was the only bet that I cashed this week. Look, I only lost 3.6 units, which when you think of while we're recapping me quickly, because I want all the attention on me. I'm going to go back here. And if I mention to you that the guy I bet on to finish top 5 after round 2 hit 17 greens and made 6 birdies, what would you think he would have shot?
17 greens and 6 birdies.
Yes.
17 greens?
17 green in regulations. He missed 1 green.
At worst, 4 under par.
Okay. My man, Christopher Wrighton, in round 3, hit. Ooh. Is that round 3?
That looks like round 3, and it looks like 4 birdies.
It was round 2. I'm sorry. He has his round 2 scorecard because I had him for round 2 top 5 and round 2 leader at 30-1.
17 greens.
17 greens. He missed 1 green. He made 6 birdies and shot 70. He finished 1 shot outside of 5th, which I also had a plus 285, to win 2 units. I bet 0.7 units. So that's a 2.7 unit swing. He hit 17 greens, had 3 3-putts, and the only green he missed, he made a fucking double.
That's insane.
Like, this is the kind of stuff that I'm dealing with in my betting situation. I mean, that was one of the best. It was a solid read. I mean, the ball striking was 17 greens, dude. 17 greens, 6 birdies, and you shoot a 70?
That's insane.
Like, that's the stuff I'm dealing with. I mean, this was easily could have been the round 2 leader if he just doesn't 3-putt 3 times and then makes bogey. Because he punched out and left himself a wedge, which he dumped into the bunker and then had a bad lie and then had his sideways come out and missed the putt. Like, it was like, and then he made birdie on the final as well. But it was on the second last hole that he missed his first green. Like, I don't know. Like when you're running bad, you're running bad. Like that's just unfortunate in my opinion. The read was fantastic. So that kind of stuff, Ryan Gerard, I bet him after round 3 to finish inside the top 5 and top 10, and then also just to finish inside the top 10 and top 5 at the end of the tournament. And I know you can't see properly, yeah. So he has his stuff to get inside there for 4 units, for 4 units, for 1.8, for 1.8. First 3 holes of Saturday, he comes out, pars the first, snap hooks one into the shit. Like he just gained 5 strokes ball striking the day before, which is not even like surprising for him. He's like a very good ball striker. First hole fine, second hole snap hooks double. Third hole, the par 5 makes a bogey because of a bad iron shot again. That's the 3 shots he lost there would have cashed the top 10 at the end of the round. For today, round 4. which would have been another 2.6 unit swing. So losing 3.6 is tough, but it is what it is. You know, like the overall reads were great. I only had a couple placements. I should have just gone Shane Lowry, top 5, top 20, called it a day. You know, but what a read by me. You know, I didn't bet him outright because I knew this was going to happen. And then
you'd have been extremely tilted. You would have been so tilted.
So tilted. But yeah, here he is. So tell the how was your week in DFS, Darbo?
It was good. I put in $52 and got back 104. So doubled my money. And this is kind of what I do. You asked me how I do this last week. And so, you know, like this contest, Ryan is in your chat. He mentioned, you know, the bucket man took down whatever. This is him, Big R Gamer.
Ooh,
like he's got a couple lineups in here. Like he did really well, but I mean, this was my highest scoring lineup. This was my highest scoring lineup, and I put it in 2 different contests. So in case,
going, sorry, I do want to mention, if you are watching this, friends, you're obviously watching. Neither of us is uploading this audio, but hit the cog. We've just come from the cog. Hit the settings button and make sure that you're watching on like the highest quality for like HD 1040.
Yes, because
sometimes if you're watching at like 360p, these kind of detailed screens you can't really see. So continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So my optimizer, I'll actually show it to you guys also. I actually have a little tab down here that makes like it's really cool where you can sort. I've got these sorting buttons over here, and it will sort these contests. I'll zoom in.
And what is your 6th golfer in this lineup? Sorry.
Hey, how are you? Why am I not? Why is the optimizer not showing up on your?
Are you potentially?
Oh my God! I shared by window. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did window.
Classic.
I meant to do screen.
You're such a boomer, you 40-year-old.
Oh my God! I can't believe it. I know how to do this stuff.
Oh my God, Darbo. Thank you for your patience, people.
Okay. There. We're good. I mean, we're tech people, so it's easy to like, you know, we can fix on the fly. We can fix on the fly. Okay, so at least I was showing you that last bit, but on my optimizer, I've got a tab down here called DraftKings Import, and you can use the sorting buttons over here on the left side. And what will end up happening is those sorts will put these contests. It really depends on this contest ID. So if I come down to the winner take alls, which I know is probably an eyesore to a lot of people right now, but let me just do this really quickly just to create a little space.
Zoom in a smidgen more.
What's that? Just
zoom in a smidgen more as well.
I heard you say smidgen, but I didn't hear anything else.
Zoom in a smidgen more, just a little bit.
Yeah. So right here, you can see it's the same lineup. Oh God, that didn't help. It's the same lineup for 2 different contests. This one ends in 59. This one ends in 60. So the this optimizer with these buttons will sort it out, and I put the same contest into 2 different, or the same lineup into 2 different contests. So that way I can maximize the amount of money that I get back. And I love doing these because you can max enter them, and really, you know, if I only show mine, you can only put 7 lineups in. You can only put 7 lineups in, and so I just kind of throw bullets out there. 7 different types of lineups because I just need 1 to hit.
Yeah.
So if you do the math, like I'm spending $1.75 on each of these contests because you can only put 7 lineups in, and the winning prize is $50.
Yeah.
So like you're really, the ROI on these can be crazy. And I need 1 lineup to hit in order to basically win $100, you know? And that's how I profit every single week. Kenny has his double up process. This is my double up process. And there were some other contests that I got really close. I can't sort by points. And unfortunately, I've already refreshed the browser, so I can't show you what the contest looks like for me. But I had a lot of good lineups this week that I had some other winner take alls that were really close to winning as well, but obviously didn't happen. This was my highest performing lineup, It made me my money back plus some, you know, and it really, I was actually, let me rewind a little bit. I was one stroke away. Michael Thorbjornsson, by the way, not only did he screw me in one and done, but if he had made the cut, I guarantee you I would have made $400 this week instead of $100 because all my good lineups had Michael Thorbjornsson in them. And that's how DFS works, you know? So I'm glad that I got my money back, you know, and well, I doubled my money. So now I get to play with that money next week, you know, and I'll do the exact same process next week. But because it's a signature event, there'll be more contests to enter like this because more people will be playing. Primarily because you get all the best golfers in the world playing. You got Scotty, Rory, and all those guys. So anyways, I'm going to do this again next week. And if you want to watch me, you know, talk about these lineups and whatever, Wednesday night I go live for my YouTube members only. Byron,
and also on Tuesday you go live.
It's Tuesday I go live and I build lineups for people that are members, just the red tier members. So it's like $2 a month and I'll build you lineups. You come into my stream, I will build you lineups using the sweet spot process. And then you just do it with those lineups, whatever you want.
And if you are in the Tuesday stream and you find me in there, because pool league's almost over, so I'll be hanging out there a lot more now.
Woohoo!
I usually give out a couple free memberships to support my guys. So be sure to be in there and make sure that you are in there when I'm in there. And then if not, support Darbo. You know, it's a phenomenal. It's so different as well. You know, what you provide is such a different thought process and logic than most people. And it's something I'm still looking to like hone in on, because Gary Woodland being in every single one of my lineups this week was basically, you know, a death sentence, but I only had like a couple, so 6 of them or so. But Chris Ventura also plus one cut unlocked a lot of like bad lineups to get kind of to the top of the board, because, you know, not everyone had Chris Ventura. They had Michael Thorbjornsson too, you know, which is crazy. So congrats, man. That's nice. A little double up action. And you could double up a couple times in the same week by just, you know, if you have the tight core that you're looking for and maybe that one name.
Yeah. And I usually on Tuesday nights, I ask people to give me 2 to 4 golfers. That's your core, essentially.
Yeah.
I do ask you to do them from the marquee tee times because that's just how the whole process for me works. And that's just, it's a way to limit bad plays, essentially. You know, like we all play a numbers game. However, whatever numbers you look at, you are playing a numbers game all the time. The way that I go through it is I just play what we've seen at each event. And it's not just each event as in every event on the PGA Tour, each event at the Cognizant Classic, you know, like, or each Cognizant Classic. Next week, it's going to be each Arnold Palmer. What have we seen every single year? And then that's how it gets bucketized. That's a term, by the way, I heard on a different, I think it was actually a broadcast. Like it was a analytics thing. And it was like, yeah, we like to bucketize these things. It was at my work. That's what it was. Some guy was talking about bucketizing stuff. And I'm like, it's a term? I'm stealing that.
I love that.
Yeah. But I bucketize golfers and give you like, you only want to play X amount. It's usually like 0 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4. It's in a 2-point projection. You know, like you only want to select somewhere between 0 to 2 or whatever, you know, like what I was just explaining.
Yeah.
And this week, by the way, Byron, so I have this up. If you follow the bucket system, your lineup would have scored 657 points.
And your best one was 575, which
that's right,
a winner take all.
And it was good enough for 34th place and drive the green, by the way. If I would have put it in that, which would have got me $150 back.
And the drive the green is a $25 entry?
No, that's the $5. That's the big $5 GPP.
That's absurd.
I know.
That's the thing about contest selection.
That's right. That's right. Yes, that's right. So anyways, the Sweet Spot Optimal scored 657. This is the one that follows the bucket system. Actually, both Sweet Spot Optimals, I'm not even going to explain it right now, but scored 657. Your optimal lineup scored 663. That means if you follow the bucket system, the sweet spot process, your best lineup would have been 6 points behind the optimal lineup, and the GPP winning lineup scored 631, which is actually really impressive, Byron, considering that our two 10K golfers, which you did technically win the beer bet on, with Jacob Bridgman being in the 10K range.
Yeah.
They withdrew. So all we had were 9K golfers, and the entire Tuesday stream, I was talking about, this might be the 1 week I actually provide advice to leave money on the table. But look at the GPP winning lineup left $200 on the table. It does not matter. It does not matter what these salary structures look like. You don't have to leave a lot of money on the table.
No.
I'll cover
Optimal
this.
is $2,400 left on the table, but I
And
mean,
that's-
how are you going to get to that? That's the thing,
I know.
right? Like,
there was back in my earlier streams, my earlier streaming days, I would just go, okay, guys, you want to see the probability of finding the optimal lineup by leaving $2,000 on the table? It literally, Byron, it goes from, you can build, just leaving $400 on the table, you can build up to, I think it's like 200 million different lineup combinations just by leaving only a $400 gap, you know, like 49.6 to 50,000. You can still build 100 million lineups. You want to take a stab at how many lineups you can build by leaving $2,400 on the table?
Billions?
300 trillion. And it's just by, if you understand how combinations work or probabilities work, that or permutations, I should say, that is exactly what it comes down to. So if you want, that's why I always tell people, don't leave a lot of money on the table. The likelihood of you actually hitting the optimal lineup is ridiculous. That's why I created the sweet spot optimal. It's the best lineup over 49.6. Best lineup over 49.6. Let's just keep track of realistic optimals and not the optimal, you know? And then maybe we can get better at lineup building.
Yeah. That's the thing, is just constantly giving yourself the best opportunity to succeed every single week, so that the weeks that it happens, you're not jiffing yourself because you got an extra 6K guy in there when you should have had like an $8,000 dude.
Right.
Kind of thing. That could be letting you down. But let's go through these things. I love, this is one of my favorite parts of the show, by the way, is just digesting the DFS side of things from the week.
Okay. So this is obviously the Cognizant Classic, and your optimal lineup, again, like you said, left $2,400 on the table. That was Nico, Shane Lowry, Austin Smotherman, Taylor Moore, Ricky Castillo, and Nikolai Højgaard. Nikolai, not Rasmus, but Nikolai, which I feel kind of cool about this, Byron. My thumbnail last week had Shane Lowry and Nikolai on it, so I got two of the optimal lineup guys.
But also, you know, they were the
I know.
most obvious guys. But good for you, Dobby.
Hey,
you could have put other people on there. So don't leave money on the table with your thumbnails either.
Yeah, I didn't leave money on the table with my thumbnails. Out of these 6 golfers, did you play, or so when you build lineups, do you build a tight core, or, you know?
Yeah, typically very tight. So I had Shane in most of them, and then my biggest issue was the Chris Ventura and Gary Woodland situation.
Okay.
Like, I figured, you know, with it being so like spread out at the top and everyone kind of doing their thing, that I would just find my lane elsewhere. And Gary like just made a random triple, I think, or something along the way, and then made eagle birdie to get himself straight back to level par. And then the following day, kind of shit the bed again. But I was, you know, whatever. It is what it is.
Whatever.
I have changed the amount I invest into week long, and I'm going to be changing the amount I invest into outrights.
No,
because I know myself. I'm just done. I can't, I don't know. Some people are good at figuring out how to get guys across the line for winners. Some are good at like top 20s. I'm the top 20 guy. I'm going to just take care of that. And just
good to know what you're good at. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But anyway, side tangent there. Go ahead with your.
No worries. So that's optimal. Here are the exposures that I had. I kept all my lineups in my optimizer, so you can actually see the exposures that I had. So I actually had 4.4% Nico Echeverria.
Mm.
So, I mean, like, I'm glad to have some, but didn't have enough. 33% Shane Lowry. Feel good about that. 3.3 Austin Smotherman, and that one, the lineup that won me, basically $100, that had Austin Smotherman in it. So, like, that's how lucky it goes. It had Smotherman and it also had Lowry in it. It did not have Echeverria, but it also had Nikolai Højgaard, which I also have 30% of.
So you had 2 9s, obviously, that was so easy to do this week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think I did a lot of 3 9s because it was, I think I didn't really care for the 8K range, and my optimizer did not like the 8K range either. Yeah. So it just stuck with the 9s. And especially,
where's the 8K range in this? When's the first 8K show up? Yeah.
Good call. $8,900 Danny Berger.
What is that? Like 25 spots? Yeah, 25th best option. Like
good call. Yeah. I guess you were reading it over here.
Well, I just eyeballed it.
Yeah. I had 0% Taylor Moore because I can't stand Taylor Moore. And so this Saturday round, did you hear the number of fairways he hit?
No.
4 out of 14. 4. And he shot up the leaderboard. That's the Taylor Moore that I know. He can't find a fairway to save his life. His golf swing, by the way, also bothers me.
Oh, it's so powerful, though. I like the athleticism of it.
He's trying to swing way over there. Like when he swings through, his whole body points way left, more left than anybody else. I'd be surprised to see what his miss is off the tee. Do you think he misses the left rough? He puts it in the left rough more than he does in the right rough?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. He's just not. He's not.
I think he just misses it in the rough.
Yeah, he's just not good off the tee.
Because the first thing I think about when I think of Taylor Moore is him hitting an incredible shot out of the trees on 16 at the
yes
to win. Like completely boned somehow.
He almost did that this week.
Yeah.
He hit a remarkable shot out of the left rough, I want to say, and he had to hit it around trees, and then I think he birdied that hole or something. It was ridiculous. Ricky Castillo, I had no gauge on him whatsoever. The optimizer didn't care for him. I didn't care for him. I shouldn't even say the optimizer. I don't even think I modeled him that well. I didn't really care.
He's sneaky out of the rough. That's like his game. Like he's not a good fairway player.
Hold on, just wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that golfers who are inaccurate off the tee do well at the Arnold, or not the Arnold, the Cognizant Classic?
Not
necessarily. Is that what we need to think about next week? And oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this in the beginning of our stream here. I kind of want to, moving forward, try to provide our own notes for the event. I know we're doing that as we talk, but what did we learn at this week's event? So then we can pull in this for next year and have a pretty good breakdown, anyways, that's why I was like, so if people think accuracy matters, should we just ignore those people that say accuracy matters at the Cognizant Classic and just deal with inaccurate golfers off the tee?
I don't know. You want to pull up this, see what the rankings look like for?
Sure. Yeah.
Accuracy?
You're going to do it on Data Golf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you?
I don't have Data Golf.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll pull it up quickly for us. But I do think the overseed and again, the conditions, because it was a lot firmer. The moment we got a little bit more rain, then we started seeing the course kind of play how we've seen it in the past. I mean, we had guys shooting -8 and things like that. So we have to pay attention to the firmness and the density of the soil that these guys the balls are bouncing on every single time they touch the ball. It's on the floor. And if the greens are soft, hitting fairways isn't important, especially when it's overseeded. But I don't know. I also forgot to add some stuff here. Let's go distance, accuracy, and green regulation.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Okay. So let's do by rankings so that we can see the numbers a bit easier. Let's go driving accuracy. The the 5 most accurate drivers of the golf ball finished 13th, 23rd, 40th, 56th. So no top 10s for any of Ricky Castillo. Hilariously, 6th in the field in driving accuracy this week.
Oh, wow.
And 28th in the field in strokes gained approach. Everything else was top 10 for him, which is incredible.
Can you flip it and see what we see?
Yes.
Yeah, right, dude.
Yes. Yes. Taylor Moore.
And Keith Mitchell. That's crazy. And Lowry's even down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Second place, sixth place. That's insane.
Obviously, this is.
So that's just round 3.
No, this is tournament.
I thought that was tournament.
Jesus Christ, my bad. We got all excited about it.
I did. I got way too excited for that.
Let's go back to the top. Okay, they got a couple, but still no top 5s at least.
Well, I mean, there's only 2 top 10s, and like
on the first page.
My whole process is I want to find as many top 10s as possible.
Yeah. And
if I were to go by just driving accuracy, okay, I can find 2. And this is why I started to bucketize everything. You can't just go, based off of one stat. And like Taylor Moore was almost dead last.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got 1, 2, 3,
oh my God.
4 guys inside the top 10 for like the reverse. So in general, I don't know if driving accuracy matters much this week.
And
distance, I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow. Distance always reigns supreme.
Distance is king.
Yeah.
Especially at these kind of places. When the greens are playing firm like that, like I was about to say Riv, greens were so soft there, so I'm not even going to go down that road. Negative distance, no top 10s.
Yeah.
Until you get to Nico, who was 48th in driving distance. So he took care of business.
But he was first tee to green. Okay. Approach. Yeah, approach.
Second on approach.
And putting was crazy.
Putting and chipping, just general, kept himself in play, and then, middle of the pack and drive. I mean, missed 25 fairways.
Okay, so 33rd off the tee. This is where strokes gain. This is where you like how to understand strokes gain stats. Strokes gain off the tee. He's middle of the pack. That means he was bombing the driver, just not finding fairways. That's essentially all that means.
It wasn't even.
Oh, distance. I'm sorry. That means he was hitting fairways. But he wasn't even doing that. Okay, so I guess now I'm just lost when it comes to...
Okay. Also, around a course like this, the off-the-tee catastrophes, a missed fairway can either... You can still be like first cut, great shot in, or pulling it into the mud.
Well, here's the thing, too.
It'll be a binary result. It's a missed fairway, but some are worse than others.
If you think about a dog leg, just think of a dog leg. If you cut a dog leg and you only hit it 260 yards, but you have 140 yards in, this driving distance would be keeping or taking that into account. He only hit the ball 260 yards, but when it comes to off the tee, never mind. I was going to say it goes down the fairway, but it doesn't. Distance for off the tee stats or how long a golf hole is determined from, they laser it from the middle of the tee box to the middle of the green.
So it is the dog leg.
Yeah.
As the crow flies.
So never mind. I was about to get ahead of myself and say dog leg is actually longer than if you were to cut it, but it's not true.
No.
My bad.
Good on you for also not fighting that fight yet either. Another one that was very unnecessary that you avoided. We learned.
Wait. Hold on. Let me do something really quick.
Yeah, let's go. Greeny regulations. The top guys in Greeny Reg were all inside the first 4 in Greeny regulation rates were inside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean that's all good numbers right there. Green and Reg.
Now on approach, they weren't. Only 2 of them were inside the top 10. 3 of them inside the top 15.
Yeah.
William Moe hit 1 million Greeny regulations, but only ranked 41st in strokes.
Just didn't hit it close.
So he must have had a couple water balls or something, along the way.
Or honestly, he could have just hit the greens and left himself 30, 40-foot putts, and you wouldn't be gaining on approach that way.
Yeah, I want to look up Niergaard Peterson because he reminds me. He's like there's some guys that just play too safe. Like you can see where the right miss is, and they're always missing it. in the right miss versus just hitting it on the damn green, like, but that's whatever. Putting wise, a mixed bag, couple top teners, things like that. But I mean, this is the weird part about this week is obviously approach play usually going to show up. Got a couple more guys, but Patton Gazai's on this list probably. So like he's never going to be an approach player.
Yeah.
That you think of.
What I want to do here, I'm going to add to my tools. I want to look at lead in green and reg. I want to look at lead in driving distance, lead in driving accuracy. That way we can compare what happened at the event, which is what we're looking at right now. This doesn't mean this is how good they are coming into the event for these stats, which is what we all do. What we try to do is we look at what happened right here, and then we look at golfers coming in with good stats under these categories. But I bet you anything, some of these guys like, Nico isn't that great on approach in general, like not top or whatever. Like driving accuracy and driving distance would be ones that I'd want to look at, or green and reg, like did these guys outperform their baselines, which most of these golfers did. But we can't really see that because we're not looking at their lead-in data. And unfortunately, I don't have this summarized on any of my tools. But I think in the future I'm going to, because every time that we do these streams, I write down little notes and I'm like, I need to add this. I need to add this. I need to add that, because how else are we going to give really good analysis at the end of, an event or whatever, if we can't look at the data to, back it up.
Yeah. And, I think also the point of the micro model is to avoid clumping guys into specific buckets, because we don't want to bucketize certain things either.
That's true.
Because the general blueprint is, as you're just looking at the columns here, it's basically putting and short game. I mean, approach and short game. Off the tee, not that big of a deal this week. But just because that doesn't apply to, it's a blanket statement.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's just elite off the tee, that's how they score.
Yes. Yeah.
Let them do it that way. And that's what, the micro model tries to do, is to let their strengths be identified based off what the course allows you to do still. But I don't know, man. This is the weird week, because like with Nico, he's not winning this tournament if he hits his 17th tee shot 3 feet shorter.
Right. Yep.
That is the margins of error. Yeah.
That's right. And guess what, Byron? That's golf.
That's golf. Play better. So.
Yeah, don't hit it in the water, you dumb shit. Jeez. Yeah.
Or if you do hit it in the water, make sure you can drop further down the road.
That's right. Yeah.
That is like avoiding a double versus a triple. But
as Dustin Johnson once wisely said, if you're going to hit a fade, make sure you just hit a fade.
Exactly, man. Hit the damn fade. Hit it. Anything else we want to chat about?
I don't think I really have anything else to go with the Cognizant. It was just a choke fest by Lowry. Nico, I get reminded of what he said when he won the Zozo back in 2024, that he is striving to become the best player in the world, which, at the time was like, damn, dude, all right, yay. You go, you do you, man. You say whatever you need to say. You got that self-belief. And here he is winning another PGA Tour event. This is his third one.
His rolling average for distance, if you want to be one of the best players in the world, it's actually relative to the PGA Tour. It's got worse since his win at the Zozo, which was this. No, that's Mexico. Where was he? Was it? Oh, this is driving distance. We're not going to see it. Total. Oh, yeah. Valero, Zozo. I don't even know. I'm trying to get cute. But what I'm trying to show people here is the driving distance for him has never been above average in the last 100 rounds. Rolling average rounds. This is dating back all to 2023. To be the best golfer in the world, you cannot. And this is I will stake
I agree
my child's life on this. If you want to be the number one golfer in the world, you cannot be below average driving distance.
Well, if you're also going to be the number one golfer in the world, you also have to win major championships. In order to win majors, you have to hit the ball far.
Yeah. So props to everyone that was on him. very mediocre iron player, all things said, but in this field are evidently a bit better. But I don't know. Like, that's the thing, is like having Maniac versus model. Like, he wasn't modeling. He was like 33rd in my model this week. Course fit, he was 33rd because of the outlier stuff. Like, he's just so volatile. He just gets it done.
He was
sometimes.
33rd in my model as well.
Hilarious.
He was priced right where he should have been.
There's some people that are just like, they're good at this stuff. They can find a smidgen of whatever they believe is needed from the guy, and they know that he's going to hit it 3 feet further than he needs to on the 17th, and they know that Shane Lowry is going to hit in the water twice down the stretch. This is the shit that you needed, and there was millions of people on Nico Echeverria this week. He was like a community win.
It was,
and
there's that narrative that it's a coastal event, so you got to play him at coastal golf courses. Even the broadcast was talking about it too. It's like he plays well on islands, but obviously Florida's not an island. But it's like,
it's basically, if you cut like a part of a
peninsula. Yeah, right. So,
well, good, yeah, good
I don't.
That. Yeah,
yeah. It's, to me, I'll always remember this as Shane Lowry, just another choke job at the Honda, and Nico's wife's beautiful personality.
Beautiful personality, like 10 out of 10 personality.
Yeah.
See, personality I could stare at forever.
Yeah, keep winning, Nico. Keep winning.
It's so funny. And Nico's not necessarily like, this just goes to show you, like, money talks, man. Because Nico's like, it's a mediocre looking guy. He's just a normal dude. I wouldn't say he's like ugly or handsome or anything. It's just, his swing is not nearly, if you're comparing his wife to his swing.
Yeah.
And she sounds like she's also the brains of the organization, because she's closing houses in the middle of the week, and she's going to be organizing furniture and dude,
getting a dog. Stuff. Oh, that's the other thing that I like about Nico. He said he was talking to his finance manager or whatever, and he goes, everything's going to be okay. I'm going to win this week. It's like another thing that, like, he literally said that. He said it on his interview with whomever at the end. She's also a good looking woman too. I forget her name. She's tall.
Yeah, Cara Banks.
Yeah.
She's very tall.
Yeah.
She's like taller than us. Or maybe she's as tall as you.
I think, she's like 6'2", 6'3", or something like that.
She's taller than me. I saw her in Montreal. I was like, damn, that's a tall drink of.
I just need to get myself in front of her,
Hey, baby. We'll go to the John Deere. What's
I always hit the sweet spot.
And then I'll just be like so hungover next to you that I look.
Yeah, you'll boost me up, man.
We'll just do the. I'll be the 4 that makes you look like a 9. No.
Oh my God! All right, this is like hour 3 type of stuff.
Yeah, no. Let's dial it back in. Yeah,
yeah.
This is what Nico's wife does to us. This is the problem. Congrats to all of that. Let's chat some API.
Yeah,
where we can. This is the first 68 minutes of the show. I don't think we've spoken about Scotty Scheffler, so it's about damn time. Should we pull up the odds board first to kind of just take a peek at like what we're dealing with this week?
Absolutely.
And then we can dive into a couple other things after that. I've actually got some bets not placed, but I've clicked some first clicks that are in my bet slip that I think have a chance this week. But again, not an outright whisperer, but it is what it is. Here is the DraftKings odds for this week. Obviously, I've got Rory clicked at plus 950. Scotty 3-1 to win the tournament.
3-1.
This is right where he is now.
Crazy.
But we can take a peek at Scotty's leading approach game, which I'm really curious about. I don't know how his approach game has looked when he's won at API, but that's neither here nor there. Tommy Fleetwood 18-1, Xander 22, Fitzy. I wanted to click this man's name so hard. 26-1. It's like, it's so short.
Yeah.
Hideki 29, Henley 29, Colin 30, Siwoo 31. It's kind of, I think we're going to have like a hefty 9K range again.
I agree.
Like it's looking that way. It's going to be Rory, Scotty.
It's
Scotty
going
is
to
going to
look
be
just like the Genesis. It'll be
exactly.
14-12, then 10-3 or something like that.
Yeah. And I do think a bit more course history as well. Like just this kind of venue is Scotty's won it twice.
Mhm.
Like some of the same guys continue to play well here. Other names down the board: Cameron Young, 32, Bobby Mack, Patrick Cantley, Ben Griffin. This is just like anyone around Patrick Cantley's odds is like, that's just insulting. But I'm kind of interested in Harris English this week. Jake Knapp at 38-1, Burns, Ludwig, probably in the 8s down here. I mean, what do you make of this situation? Yeah.
Well, you know me. I don't really understand. I shouldn't say understand. I don't. I understand betting odds. I don't like if it was from week to week or tournament to tournament. When we saw the last signature event, is this like not as similar to the Genesis, or is this pretty darn close? Pretty darn close.
I think it's pretty similar.
With some golfers might being a little shorter than you would anticipate, or maybe even being a little longer than you would anticipate. Like just by a few percentage points, right? Like,
yeah, like Scotty's right in the same spot again.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I'm not surprised then. Like it just almost seems like a copy and paste.
Yeah, it's probably a copy and paste. I don't know why this isn't. I don't know how I'm using my own tool. I'm getting flustered already. But it's. Remember, I made a mention about Xander being 4th on the odds board, and then he proved his point. Like top 10 there again. But I would say it's pretty similar. Colin maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, let's get to the week. I've got to
quickly. I should have tried to. We transitioned quickly. Is there anything in the chat that we want to bring up, like on your chat? Because I imagine maybe there's some Cognizant conversation that could have been brought up.
I'm pulling this up because I can't see. I need to ask those who know more about golf than I do.
Wrist injury. He has a wrist injury.
Wrist injury, yes. Answered by the chat. Can't see. Sanjay got hurt. Wrist injury, yes. Jones, Alex says, Alex Jones. Yeah, spoke about that. Hank Lebiota's back, according to Z Chronic Nebula.
I think he Monday qualified. He was one of the late ads, I'm pretty sure.
He's interesting. I've always kept my eye on the man. He was playing some great golf until his dad got sick.
That's right.
And it completely derailed his entire situation. I don't know. I don't think there's much. You want to chat about the Jupiter throwing the hammer down?
Oh yeah, no, we're streaming while TGL's happening.
Yeah. So
bummer.
Shout out to those of you that are showing us a bit more favor than TGL. Max Homer's playing in TGL, and I think Tom Kim.
Wow.
Both were playing today, and then they go TGL tonight. We had to do it on a Sunday night as well. I don't understand that much.
I could ask you this question some other time. When you bring the comments up, can you change them like where they happen? Like when they come across the screen, or are they always in the bottom?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why? Do you want them somewhere else?
We can talk about it some other time. Yeah, it doesn't fly with my stream.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine.
I try to keep this year, but then
then you're not
some stuff and whatever. But
yep. That actually is a really good place to put it. And I'll tell you why. Even if there are stats right there, usually those stats, if you're not highlighting them, it doesn't matter. I think having the chat right there is good.
Cool. So we'll roll with that. Let's filter by best finishes here, Darbo.
Yes.
Over the last little while. 3 pass winners, because Scotty's won twice. Henley, Kitayama, Scotty Scheffler, all winners, yeah.
I don't even know. They don't even seem to have anything in common.
No. One's extremely long off the tee. One is just in the middle at the time that he was winning these. And the other one is like ridiculously accurate and not long off the tee.
Yeah.
So the winner doesn't necessarily need anything. What do they have in common? Maybe very good iron players in general, and can, I think iron play this week is going to be imperative. Very, very important. Some other names that have had good finishes here with let's go with top fives. English, who I think is going to be a great rebound candidate for sure. He hasn't necessarily had his game here in the last little while. Hasn't finished outside the top 20 in any of his starts. Old HE. So interesting name to kind of keep an eye on there.
The good old Harry-ish.
Harry-ish. Billy Horschel, my $1,000 man in best ball. He started getting in a fight with a fan after making it. He sculled his chip into the water on 17 and then got into it with a fan and then almost missed the cut after being inside the top 20. So,
oh yeah,
tough scenes for him. Victor Hovland's got a second here. Rory's got a second, but no other top 10s. Well, top 10 is his next, 10th is his next best finish, which is kind of crazy. Colin, miscut. Basically should have won it if he wasn't such a little bitch at the time. Corey Connors has really been consistent. I think I'm going to be mashing a top 20 on him, despite this is his time of the year. Corey Connors. Once we get out to the side of the things.
This is probably going to be foolish by me. I just haven't seen it enough.
From him?
Not from Corey. No, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong. You or chat does not matter. You said this is his time of the year. When he has played well, hasn't he had better lead-in form than he has this year?
You want to put it up and see?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if I've got what it takes to. I don't have those tools at my disposal.
I might be able to do it from my side.
I can always just pull up Data Golf and just see by year, whatever. But by the way, while you're doing this, where can you find my Showdown content? The Model Maniac Patreon.
Yeah, I told him to come over here and
thank you, Michael. Thank you, Dabo. Yeah, late at night, grinding away, Showdown.
Okay.
Use COG 26 for 50% off the Golf Sicko package, which is everything.
I can't. Oh man, I should have a month selector here instead of as a year.
Column?
Oh, what's that?
Where's that hidden column that you have?
I mean, it's over here, but that won't do anything.
Okay, let's just do this. Let's go. I'll just pull it up here.
Okay.
We were even Corey Connors.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I could also do? I could just find him, and I can look at his lead in form, at least just by finishing position, off of these pages here.
Okay.
So last year,
we also can't see what you're showing yet.
It's showing on my side.
I'm still seeing your. Oh, sorry. I'm not paying attention to what you're actually showing me.
No worries. So here, okay. This is why I keep track of lead-in form. Is he's coming in last year? He was coming in with not very good lead-in form. 65th place at Pebble, which was a signature event. Made the cut at Waste Management or WM Phoenix Open and 74th place. Not great. And then a 24th place at the Genesis. That was 2025. Let me just go ahead and do a find. Okay, so he's down. He finished 18th in 2024.
Good up a smidgen.
He had a little bit better recent form than the year before. Okay. Finished 21st the year before that. So, and he's okay. Is this the starting point of when he actually starts playing well? Is that what you're kind of getting at?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, because it's Valero.
Here's Corey again. He came in with bad recent form again. This is even worse.
Yeah.
And then he finished third in 2021 with, again, pretty bad. At least
decent waste.
We've been seeing him having at least one top 20 before heading into the event.
24th at the Sony this year. I'll take that as the good finish.
That is very close, and it's probably worthwhile. Here's where he missed the cut in 2020. Right as COVID happened the next week.
The next week. I was in South Africa at that point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember your story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Caitlin landed up spending more time flying back and forth than she spent in the country because she landed and then we had to cancel flights and like get out immediately. They were closing ports and everything, dude. Had to fly through like the United Arab Emirates, which I would never recommend to anybody. But yes, Corey Connors. Because by the way, Darbo, 2 Pat Mayo Classic best ball lineups of the 3, the $150 entries.
yeah.
We got 2 of them into round 2
Hey, good job, man.
because the top 2 of each go through.
Congrats.
So ideally, I was looking for one, and they likely have Corey Connors in it because he's my guy for round 2 because this is his like stint, like where he's gonna carry the bag for me now.
Here's 2025. He had a 24th place finish. That was his best. So yeah, top 24s is all we need. And guess what? I mean, I was just showing it, and you already said it. Top 24 at Sony. So I'm there with you, man. I'll eat that up. Sign me up. Sign me up.
Let's go. So Corey Connors doesn't necessarily need the greatest form coming into the week. I think we're going to be mashing that top 20 bet. It just seems like a very solid option for him, despite what he's getting up to, so that's interesting. We're gonna flip back and forth here like crazy.
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, back to the best finishes this week. And we've got Shane Lowry, who's got a 3rd and a 7th here. Do you think he can get back up again? This is like the ultimate show of character now. He needs to get his entire set of children out there.
I mean, what is he called? He's called the Irish Bear, but I mean, he's like a teddy bear. I feel like he gets. No, I don't. It wouldn't surprise me if he top 20s, but I think the stuff gets under his skin. I think he's a little fragile teddy bear.
I couldn't agree more. But the thing is, the fact that let's go back to Shane Lowry now, because I would imagine he had heartbreaking results.
You want to look at what, 2020 or whenever he
Cognizant? Let's do 2025 and 2024. What was he getting up to leading into that?
He had finished 11th last year before heading into here. So yeah, there's
the THC, Indica or Sativa, or is that the Honda Classic?
Yeah, I'm sorry, my abbreviations up here started in when I started keeping track of this was 2019, 2018. So whatever the tournaments were then, that's what their abbreviations are now.
Okay. Stay in that mold, baby.
Yeah, you can pretend whatever you want to, buddy. That's THC for you, okay?
Okay.
But the Honda Classic, that's what THC stands for.
11th wasn't his greatest the year before.
No. But we can go through this and just see what his lead-in is, because he plays the Honda or Cognizant. Sorry, I just screwed it up.
No, yeah. Honda's cool.
4th the year before that in 2024. Oh God, you're gonna Corey Connors me right now, aren't you?
Well.
Well, here's where he finished 67th, and he had a 5th place finish the week before.
And I don't think how many years have they done signature events now? Is this the 3rd year round, or is this?
It started with Scotty, I think. Oh no, it started with Kitayama, right?
Kitty.
No, it was a cut. There's 100. Okay, so it didn't happen in 2023. I'm just looking at the number of golfers. So 2024, it happened when Scotty was, yeah.
So every time it was a cut event for Shane, not good, since the signatures seems to have found it at that course. Completely cherry picking stuff, yeah.
God, that was a whole different type of tournament. This is the heartbreak, I think, for never mind. I'm sorry. We already went through the heartbreak one. Anyways, the one where he melted in the rain.
Yeah, that was 2022, right? With the Daniel Berger. That was the Daniel Berger write-up story for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Shane Lowry, I'm still cool. If people want to get off him after the heartbreak, I'm in. I think he's got a crack at this. He's obviously playing great golf. So, and it's not the first time he showed up to Bay Hill with his tail between his legs there.
Yeah.
Patrick Cantley is next up for me when it comes to the best finish at this golf course the last little while. But I'm not too thrilled about the other 2 finishes outside the top 30. Yeah. I just don't see Patrick Cantley finishing inside the top 10 this week, Darbo.
Yeah, and at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
It would surprise me. I think it would surprise me
I don't think
because
it would surprise me.
he's just so mediocre. Like
Yeah, yes.
the guy is the most elite mediocre guy. Like so.
Oh, he's
Michael,
elite average. That's what he is. Elite
yes,
average.
yes, he's like 100th percentile average, and
It's 60% of the time he is 60% of the time.
he's the Sex Panther of mediocrity.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Michael Kim's fourth place here means Zippo to me as well. I don't think that makes any difference. That I think he was playing a lot better golf this time last year anyway. The 18th at the Waste Management is his best finish so far this year. Not necessarily playing the greatest. But this is like Andrew Putnam. In the last 4 appearances, he's got a 4th and an 8th, which is insane to think about. Like, sorry, Jesus, my mouse needs new batteries. Okay, here's course history by round at Bay Hill, and here's Andrew Putnam, just pretty solid. Just kind of getting it done, just gaining. He might be one of these guys that avoids the thick Bay Hill rough because he just hits the fairway. And I think if it's firm enough, he's got a crack this week, I think. Given the fact that he missed the cut this week is cool as well. I'm fine with that. We know he finished second at the Amex, so he's playing okay this year.
Yeah. I'm just kind of going through and just seeing what his recent form looks like before he heads into the APIs where he's actually playing well. So 2025, he didn't play. He didn't qualify to get in here. But in 2024, he came in with like just busted. Like that's not good. It's just very mid. 2023, he finished 34th. And again, I mean, he had a 4th place finish at Sony. So that's somewhat similar, but a 34th place finish is not what either of us are looking for.
He's going to be min price this week, though. Not going to be 67.
Oh God, Jesus. I forgot that that's how I did this stuff before. Just have all my stuff over to the right.
Just shove it in there.
But he was coming in with, so I like him too. I'm a fan of Putnam, but I'm not a fan of, I don't know. He just
He's
missed
$6,000. You're gonna sprinkle him into a couple lineups.
Yeah, you're right. I probably will.
I'm not gonna load up. I'm not gonna be like a core option for me. But I want to also show you some Matthew Fitzpatrick stuff after we get this Andrew Putnam thing out the way, because he's got like absurd stats
Okay, let's see it.
at this course. This year, T2 miscut. That's what he's up to.
He just missed the cut at the Honda, or the Cognizant? Is that what happened? Okay, yeah.
That situation he completely made down.
Okay.
79% dry. He's hitting the same amount of fairways back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can like set your watch to Andrew Putnam hitting 78.6% of his fairways at Bay Hill.
That's pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And that is one of Bay Hill's biggest.
But what bothers me to some extent is Farmers, that rough was somewhat thick this year. And if his approach is, well,
he does not have the speed or the strength to get out of the rough. Like
that's right.
His pathway to success is the single lane road that has the edges crumbling off of it on the edge of a cliff that you're just wrapping around over and over. If he gets off the cliff, it's over. There's no hope for him there unless he hits over 80% of his fairways type situation. So
and I mean, American Express, the stadium course is fairly long. Farmers is longer, Torrey is longer. But when it comes to API, I forget how long is API?
It's like 7,500 yards, man.
So then I'm gonna cool down on Putnam.
But before you cool off entirely, remember I mentioned to you that it's been very dry.
Yeah.
I mean, we just saw what Cog looked like early in the week, right? Because
Right.
Florida's typically been a dry start of the year. And if you're hitting enough fairways around here, those balls are going to be bounding through the fairway potentially. Like they're going to have a bit more roll. I wouldn't imagine it's like where you want to play Rory, where he's just carrying a
Yeah.
320 and it's just landing and, pitching. I think the more accurate, like we've seen at Riv before, the accurate guys typically land up at the top end of the distance too, even though they shouldn't be there, because you're just getting that additional free rollout by just hitting the fairway. Whereas the guys hitting it into the rough, his balls is bouncing 3 feet and it's not forward. It's up in the air and then back into the ground.
I don't know Bay Hill that well, so I don't know if there's dog legs, but my argument would have been, well, if the ball is on the ground that long rolling, like it has to have a straight runway. It can't have like a dog leg or whatever, because then they're going to find the rough, as they roll out. But anyways.
Or at least the first cut, because
you got a good point. You've got a good point. That's the same thing as the players, like short ball hitters can play well at the players as well because the ball rolls out.
Yeah. But, I wouldn't say distance is paramount at the players, because that's probably like 70, 200, 73. I don't know. Whatever this Bay Hill is, it's freakishly long. And that's just the one thing we kind of.
This is the only thing that concerns me is I was looking at this when you were pulling up the odds board. This is the bucket system at sweetspotdfs.com. I have the Arnold Palmer Invitational already loaded in there for you guys. And basically what I'm doing is I'm coming down here and putting filters for top 10s, and I can go through each of the years, and currently there's 2025 up. Off the tee, everybody is positive. Now, some of these guys are break even, like Rose or even Russell Henley. Like, they're not bombers, but most of the golfers in here are good off the tee. It's not going to be that way for each year, but it's pretty damn close.
No, it's obviously a prerequisite at this golf course.
Yeah. And I mean, Putnam played well here in 2024. And so I'm going to be there with you. I like Putnam in general. I will be putting him in a couple of my lineups, but I just don't.
We've spent way too much time on Andrew Putnam for how much we're going to play him.
Okay.
That's a good way to sum it up, right? Like, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
Let's get that off here. Let's take a look at moving on. I'm gonna filter on Matt Fitzpatrick if I can find his name. There we go. Take a look at this, like, boom or bust potential. In his last 5 years of playing this tournament, anytime he's gained strokes, he's never gained less than 2.2 strokes.
At Bay Hill?
At Bay Hill.
Okay.
Let me zoom in a smidgen more for you. Matthew Fitzpatrick, right over here. 3.3, 4.1, 2. Like, if you just average the rounds that he's gaining strokes in, he's averaging 3.1 strokes per round, which is like Scotty Scheffler level. Then, he obviously loses heftily too. Like he's blow up rounds, he's blowing up pretty badly, where he's, averaging negative 2.2. So I think Fitz is like a phenomenal showdown option potentially this week. Maybe, I think he's also still very good for week long, given the upside. You can have a bad round if you're gaining over 2.2 strokes pretty much every time you're having a good round. Does that continue to happen? I bet you he's going to gain 0.9 strokes this week because I've opened my big fat mouth. But this is the stuff that's like we kind of eyeing out. So I think, should we take a peek? What's Fitz getting up to? It's phenomenal. The Genesis Invitational, he finished 24th there, and I think he probably led the field in lost strokes putting kind of thing. He was just missing everything. So
at which course? Sorry,
at Riv Genesis.
Yeah, he lost 4.23 strokes putting.
Yeah, exactly. So, if we want to deep dive Fitzy,
I got him up.
It's been impressive, seriously impressive stuff from him this year.
Yeah, I actually really like Fitzpatrick this week. I'm going to kind of do the same thing that I did last week, or this for the Cognizant. Something about Florida and European golfers. I don't know what it is. I think even like Shane Lowry was talking about it, and which actually reminds me, both Shane And even Nico's like, whatever goes, yeah, I'm just happy Scotty Scheffler's not here. They both said that. Anyways, I don't know what it is. I just feel like Englishmen in particular just do well at Florida golf courses. Like,
do you think it's got to do with the fact? Would you agree that like DP World Tour courses are a lot more tight, a lot more penal off the tee? You know, like they're shorter courses, but there's a lot more like hazards defending them. Just overall versus America, it's like mash driver, go do your thing off, go find your ball and go again. Whereas Florida, you can't really do that. Because if you're missing fairways, you're in the water. You know, depending.
That's right. Yeah.
Which way you're going.
Maybe it has something to do with wind. You know, like Florida does get windy during this time of the year, so maybe it's more of a wind thing, and then kind of a flatter type of surface. Because like the PGA National does not look hilly whatsoever. I mean, at least from my perspective, it looks relatively flat, right?
You can't have that much like random bodies of water around you with like mountains. You know, then that's like so
that's
I'd
pretty
imagine
flat.
The overall profile is pretty flat. Yeah,
Bay Hill looks flat from based off my memory. The only thing that I think about Bay Hill is it's a big boy golf course with thick rough. Like and firm greens, like super firm and fast greens.
Right. Because everyone bitches about Bay Hill. Like you come out the rough, no matter where you are in the rough, you're going to hit the green. It's going to land on the green. It's going to roll, and everyone's going to be chipping from 3 feet off the green in the cabbage. No one's going to be chipping from 30 feet over the green because unless you're flying it there, which no one's going to be doing, like.
Could we make the comparison that these two courses, both PGA National and this one, because TPC Sawgrass is not like this. Could we say that these are very link style golf courses? Like with the conditions being windy and firm, like I don't personally, to me, they're not link style golf courses, but do they play like link style golf courses? Because the greens are firm. If you go and play link style golf courses, the greens they're firm and they're fast usually. So like your around the green game has to be very similar to link style golf course.
I will agree with the short game part of it. Obviously the approach stuff, no, you're not going to be skipping your ball over the water, like running it up there, like.
But no. What I mean, like, so if you think about it a different way, let me paint it a different picture. If you've got a pin location and these are firm greens, like they bounce forward and then maybe they stop, or they just continue to bounce forward. Is that not the same kind of like strategy you have to have with links? Because you can't just hit a ball straight up in the air and have it land. All that's going to happen when you land it on a link style golf course is it's just going to bounce really high, like on that first that first bounce. Is that kind of similar to these Florida courses? I honestly haven't been paying attention enough to know. Like TPC Sawgrass isn't that way. TPC Sawgrass hits and sticks, basically.
Yeah. It's A to B type situation.
Right.
I'll lean into the fact that the short game is probably very similar to Link C.
I remember hole 17 at API. I will say this. I do remember 17. It's a 200-yard par 3 at Bay Hill, I should say. And you have to land it in the front of the green and have it dribble backward, back. So there's strategy that comes with it. And this is what I'm trying to get at with link style is you have to understand you have to land the ball short and let it roll up.
Yes.
I get it. These are pro players. They can calculate the stuff. The American players can adapt and understand how to do this, but it's ingrained in European golfers. So now there I go, full circle. I'm coming back full circle. Is that why we like Tyrrell Hatton has won this golf course before, or won here before? Lee Westwood was in contention here how many times?
Harris English,
Thanks, Byron. We need
Jason Day, Sandbelt golf,
Yeah.
Same thing. Sandbelt's kind of linksy. It's dry, hard.
I'm there with you, man. I'm there with you. And Texas, I guess, right?
the higher you can hit your golf ball in Texas, the softer it lands, the less it's going to roll out. So the less you have to adjust for that. And that's what Scotty does so well, right? Is sends moon balls when he needs to, and then can, hit the low ones, obviously, on like,
Man,
but he's got like a full shelf of stuff he can whip out. But
I just got excited for this tournament, and I don't know why, but it just happened where I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for the par fives at API. Like,
Aldrich's playing this week, by the way. So,
ooh, you're gonna have to. I'll listen to you this time. I want to know what the Eldrick Whisperer has to tell me.
No, this is another great course for him because he's going to carry at 320 into the rough. Like everyone is going to be hitting he's going to be 20 yards closer out of the rough, and then he's going to. Distance here is essential. There's no way about it. Like, where's Aldrich? I'll scoot all the way to the bottom of the odds board. Yeah. 175 to 1, you dirty dogs. They're not going to give me nearly a big enough number to chase. Brian Campbell is 1,600 to 1 to win the tournament. Brian Campbell.
I wouldn't even touch him with a 50-foot pole.
Not with Aldrich stripes. No. So, what? So, anyway, what are we thinking about Fitz? Does he Fitz?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
for me, for DFS, because that's obviously my thing is DFS. If he can be less than $9,000, I could pair him with Scotty very easy, and that's what I'd be excited for.
At 26 to 1, he's going to be.
I know.
9K.
Yeah,
he's the fifth. He's fifth on the odds board. Yeah.
So yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, he's going to be like 97, 96.
Mid nines. Yeah.
Yeah.
What has he been here in the past? Do we know? Again, not important. I don't think we even have to really go down that rabbit hole.
But course history. We're looking for Fitzpatrick. This is based off of strength of field or OWGR. So he is right here. Very good results. So
Very good results.
22nd place in 2025. Missed cut the year before that with a limited field, which is sad.
Yeah.
And then it's just nothing but top 20s. And that was
top 15s. Jesus,
top 15s. Yeah, good call. Top 15s. So that's and last year and the year before he kind of has been struggling. What was it in 2024 is when he had that weight in his driver that he didn't even know he had.
So and he just got married, I think, too.
Okay. Well, I mean, so and last year he wasn't really the old Fitzy that won the US Open. So like, I'm all in, man. If I'm building lineups and it does not include Scotty Scheffler, then Matt Fitzpatrick will definitely be in my lineups for sure.
Yeah. I think Scotty needs to be discussed. Yeah. So you're not going to be locking him in this week then, because I don't think you can if you want to play these guys.
I don't think I can't lock in Scotty, but gosh dang it, dude. I want to believe. I think Joanne in my chat goes, Scotty's not playing Scotty golf. He doesn't care about Thursdays. And I was like, I mean,
Joanne.
Here's the thing. The left miss at this golf course, there are only a couple holes where it really matters. Otherwise, it really doesn't. Oh my God, I was just thinking, no, it does. The left miss here is dead.
They go around that pond.
All the water's on the left side. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
OB is left. You can't go left there. You're going to be out of bounds.
And Scotty has such a bad left miss.
Such a bad left miss right now.
But the fact that there's water to the left, I think his misses are just going to be fanned to the right, which anyways. Yeah. I'm not going to play if I'm building 100 lineups, Scotty is going to be in like maybe 30% and the remaining 70%. I would say Matt Fitzpatrick's going to be a staple in those lineups.
He has to be. He absolutely has to be. Can you pull up Scotty Scheffler's strokes gained by a tournament?
Yeah.
I want to walk us through his lead-ins to strokes gained approach leading into AP. But can you?
Yeah, no. We'll use this tool here, so I can select
filter it by chronological order. Then
I can
see like.
But we're only looking at Scotty, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be yearly. This isn't like I can't filter it by, what do we call it? Like rounds or
Increments.
anything like that. So it's within a year. He's only played it 3 times, and strokes gain stats. These are where his strokes gain stats heading in.
Okay. Can we get like where we have like round by round? That's just not round by
I
round.
could,
Event by event.
but you want
Because-
lead in stats?
Yeah, like
Here,
so we can
I'll
just
do it.
see
I know how
because
to. Okay.
what I'm trying to get at, is I think Scotty, when I'm looking at it like on Data Golf, like his approach play when he's won the API has been magnificent coming into every single year that he's won it. You know, the iron play was dialed when he won.
So here's what I'll do. I'm just gonna put a date, and we're gonna go year by year this way.
Perfect. I'm down for this. Because what we're ultimately going to land up coming to the conclusion of here is that I don't think he's going to win this week. Big Yappa Open again, because if you take a look at his iron play leading into the API that he won the first time, there was a Farmers Insurance where he gained over 2 strokes on approach per round and was spiking like at the Genesis Invitational 1.67, 165, you know, like massive approach numbers leading into API. Right now, it's not happening for him on approach.
Yeah. So he was gaining. I mean, say the beginning of the year, right? So Hero World Challenge,
like the immediate short-term form coming into the week.
Yeah. So at 18 Pebble Beach last year, he came in with 6.9 strokes.
But again, what is good for Scotty Scheffler? Like I would probably say it's close to that, 7 or 8. You know, like he can spike over 8 total strokes on a single tournament.
Yeah, I mean, like 9.68 here at the Olympics, 8.84, yeah, 12.96 the Memorial. Yeah.
Now look at what he was leading into going into API that he finished 11th. Nothing more than 7.
2.3, 2.3, 7. Just those 3 events heading into the API. Yeah. Is that what you want to look at as just the immediate ones?
Like
just the immediate ones? Okay.
So change it now and then go to, the year before. And
so
he won it in 2023, right?
Okay. I'll go the year before. Sorry, I didn't do that.
Or he won it in 24. Yes.
These were his lead-in stats then.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 4.41, 9.24, and then break even, but negative 0.51.
So this is also like a weird one for him because it's not very good there. But,
okay. But yeah, he did have one spike one, at least there.
Which means that he's in utter control of his golf ball at least over a period of time. You know, like to gain over 9 strokes on approach is so good. It's so good. You know, that's so good.
And then here it is 1.73, 9.49, 2.65, and you finish 4th the API in 2023. And then in 2022, too far.
That's fine.
5.67, minus 1.5. Oh my God. He lost strokes gain on approach in one WM Phoenix Open. That's insane. 5.73 and then 1.68. What's that?
It doesn't necessarily do as much justice as I was expecting, But
we were looking for spike, right? That's kind of what we're.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe our lead-in was a bit too tiny, but overall, I still think. What has he got up to this year?
Yep, I'm putting that in right now. Sometimes I forget it's 2026. That's crazy.
You know, like
4 events where normally he's been playing 3 events. And yeah, he has not spiked on approach, but his off the tee, Byron, is just insane. It's so much better than it was the last couple of years. I don't know if you were paying attention to his off the tee stats, but it was like at best he was 2 strokes off the tee. And here we got one that's like 4.03, 3.33. Like,
but you're not going to gain 9 strokes off the tee. You can gain 9 strokes on approach. You know, like.
Well, and yes, yeah.
And I understand the domino effect of having
Yeah.
good off the tee numbers, but it doesn't matter. What we're seeing here is that even if you take a look at ball striking, I'm assuming his off the tee numbers weren't nearly as good as they are now, but still probably averaging, gaining 1 stroke per
Oh,
round
good
or
call.
0.75. Like
Yeah. So
the the irons aren't complementing the driver at the moment.
very interesting to bring up ball striking. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, he's still better ball striker last year heading into the event. And this is just, I'm eyeballing it, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can do it on your side as well.
The crap out of this thing, but this is the fun part about what we do. Yeah. So
ball striking. Well, okay, one bad one, but 13.86. That's crazy. And then over 3, which if you remember in 2026, actually
13.86 strokes ball striking.
I know, dude. That's insane.
That's insane.
Let's go to 2023 and then we'll come back. Yeah, this is fine. 8.48, 7.59, 12.22, 4.92. Those, the 2023 numbers, this year's numbers are nothing like 2023 numbers. No. And then one more year to look at, 2022. Ball striking 7.7, 4.83, 3.64, 5.77, 1.16. Okay. So
do me a favor and make that 2021.
You want to go back to 2021?
Make it just a little bit longer. Like
you want longer?
Yeah, there we go. That's fine. So now we just look leaning into that. RSM, no. Houston Open, okay. But that's, yeah, nothing crazy. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. But
no, it's a good exercise to have, because if we can just go back and analyze everything before he's coming in. I mean, 6.39 is what you expect, and 4.78 is pretty good with ball striking. 1.09, not so much. He's had better years with ball striking coming in, but this isn't anything to really scoff at. He's
no, but he's going to be 13.5.
Oh, I think he'll be 14,
whatever.
Yeah,
whatever he's going to be.
Yeah,
based off of DraftKings, 3 plus 300 was what he was like 13.3, 13.5. Like
his approach is bad, and yet he's still hitting 72% greens and reg. Like, that's insane.
It is bananas. But like this iron play is a monster concern, dude, in my opinion. Around here, you got to be dialed on the irons, and he's been saving himself with short game, which is, if Scotty Scheffler is like gaining as much short game as he is ball striking, I don't think that's the Scotty Scheffler you want.
You want to know something? I want to say this because I heard Pat talking about it with either Keith or whatever, and he was like, Scotty Scheffler has Jordan Spieth's magic beans from whatever year. It's like, no. Scotty Scheffler's chipping is just really good. When you see him chip the ball, it goes straight at the hole and rolls in. I understand people think chipping is definitely more difficult than putting, but if you're a good chipper, you can put that ball wherever you want and it's going to roll like a putt. Like, I do not look at Scotty Scheffler's around the green game and go, oh, that's reminiscent of Jordan Spieth. I look at his around the green. Jordan Spieth was making shots from like the craziest spots. He's behind a tree and like hooks it around, a 40-yard shot, hooks it around, and it gets to a foot away from the hole. That's magic beans. Scotty Scheffler out of a bunker and a perfect lie, that's not magic beans. That's the best golfer in the world doing the best golfer in the world things.
You need farmland to harvest magic beans, whereas Jordan Spieth hits his golf ball. Scotty is like always. That's why his short game can also be so good, Darbo, is because he's not having to hit a monster flop shot.
That's right.
He's got a fat part of the green to land the ball on.
That's right.
Type situation, right?
He's not short-siding himself.
He's leaving himself really good chances to like get up and down.
That's right.
But he's having to do that a lot more now, I think, because
I'm
curious. I think I might be, but I could be out on him this week given the approach play and depending on what his price is. Like,
I actually don't mind the idea. Here's two things I want to say. I don't mind the idea of just making a decision and saying I'm all in or I'm all out. Like, it does not. I think that's and obviously because of price tag, maybe that's just a John Maddenism I just said. Sorry if that was just Captain Obvious. The second thing I'm going to say is I like the fact that he had a week off to get used to Florida golf or get back onto Bermuda and play on Bermuda, where I think he's actually going to be better suited. I agree with you. I'm concerned about iron game, but at the same time, Poa is so Poa just like can fuck things up. You know, who knows if one putt goes in for Scotty and it changes the whole outlook of a tournament for Scotty. That's also what we've been saying throughout this whole entire pod is that's golf. If Scotty makes one or two more putts at pivotal moments in a round of golf, that unlocks many more things that could happen. And then that's where Scotty comes back and wins a tournament. But yeah, gosh dang it, dude.
Someone messaged me on X and said he's pregnant.
He's pregnant?
Somebody messaged me on X and said they know. I went and searched this on the internet. There's nothing.
I like you spoke to Kenny about this too, didn't you? You were talking about how we were, or you were on some podcast talking about how we were trying to speculate what the hell's going on. Like, that's what I'm saying is, to me, it's just like, I don't know. I think some people understand this, but not all people understand this. Golf is extremely mental. It's extremely mental. If you're bringing anything off of the golf course with you, any stresses, especially with loved ones. My worst golf is like if I'm about to break up with a girl, or I think our relationship is rocky, or whatever. I play my best golf,
after having sex.
Yeah,
Seriously though,
yeah,
I do.
Well, it's when you're in love, or whatever. Yeah. And I'm just talking about relationship wise,
endorphins and
that's what I think that's what I said last week. Is like maybe they're trying and they just can't. They haven't been able to.
He's not getting laid anymore because his wife's pregnant.
Well, yep, that could do it too. But anyways, maybe, hey, if they just found out that they are, maybe that's a huge relief. And that's a good reason to play Scotty Scheffler. I don't know, man.
Well, but he would have known I don't know. I don't know how. Again, this is also
speculative.
Highly speculative. This is not confirmed in any way.
We need to get like a warning happening. Speculation.
Where's okay. Scotty Scheffler.
Oh gosh, red light.
Now I've got the red lights going.
Yeah.
So we are speculating.
Yeah.
It's not green, it's red. Okay? So back to white. But I love how Sia shows up right away we talk about sex, because
if you think about what we've been talking about, we were talking about Nico's wife, and now we're on to Scotty's wife.
Like hours in between too. And Mer is probably not looking as personality wise as old Claudia.
I enjoyed Sia's podcast with Pat about post-divorce places to go. Sia, the dating thing it's really annoying. Really annoying. You guys hit it. I think Pete really hit it on the head. It is just, yeah. Anyways, I can't remember off the top of my head what was really said, but I was just like, Pete gets it, and I think they all got it though.
Again, I love how it's three like married men talking about
what they would do
post-divorce stuff.
Yes. First thing I thought was like, oh my God, did Sia get divorced? Like, oh no.
No. Shout out Gigi. Amazing woman. Amazing. Yeah. She also has a wonderful song about Smotherman who did phenomenal this week.
Okay.
Weather at Bay Hill looks windy.
I told Dan to come in here and post this, by the way.
Thank you, Dan. We appreciate you taking one view away from Darbo and coming over to the good side. Just kidding. Let's get back to back to more other people.
Okay.
I think I'm leaning towards maybe leaving Scotty alone, given irons.
I can't. I can't.
Okay.
I love Scotty too much. Scotty's my
Okay.
favorite golfer. I can't.
Okay, cool. Easy peasy. Let's take a look at some other names with some good course. Let's do Jordan Spieth and Keegan Bradley. Jordan Spieth's got 2 fourth place finishes in 2021 and 2023. I think Spieth could be an interesting cat. He hasn't had a top 10 entering the week this year.
Actually, I need to find a golfer search. That's what I need to put in here.
And Keegan at this golf course, going backwards from 2025 and beyond. There we go. Take a look at this course history for Keegan. Just filter by average course history. It'll pop up right at the top.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. Look at that.
So fifth place last year, 36th the year before, a bunch of top 11s, I guess, and then just whatever after before that.
But the last 5 years, I mean, it's been 4 top 11s and a 36th.
So it's like he kind of figures it out.
Yeah. And what has he been playing like coming into the thing? Because he's been playing like complete ass. I think his best finish is 29th this year. Missed the cut at the Sony. Missed the cut at the Genesis.
Oh,
but
okay.
I think I saw someone...
Say we can pull this up and then we can kind of look. Yeah, so it's cut 43rd, 29th cut. So how does that compare to previous years?
Open this up so that we can just scroll. Then you can just find the API and what's happened before that.
Yeah. But do you mind if I look at it this way too?
Absolutely. Yeah, not at all.
Okay. So I want to see what his lead-in form looks like in his previous successes at API. So like he came in with kind of the same, no missed cuts last year when he got his 5th place finish, but middling results. Bradley, the year before that, he did have a missed cut and an 11th place finish. I bet you anything it's going to look exactly the same every single year. A missed cut, a 20th, a second, a missed, very similar to this year, having this 48 average finishing position. 2022. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. He doesn't really need to have good results heading into the
really
API.
Results, but this year is like kind of really bad,
Well, yeah, he doesn't have any top 10s or top 20s, right?
No.
Just a 29th and a 43rd.
Yeah.
So you want me to open this up?
Whatever.
Well, how far do you want me to go back?
Just 21, post-COVID stuff.
And we just want to look at, the only issue is I'd have to do it year by year just to show you.
Out of chronological situation?
No, it's just it's going to show you all of the events dating all the way back, not just the few that are before the Arnold.
Yeah, but
Palmer.
we can see what's happening right before that.
Okay.
We can make our own decision.
Sure. So this is all Keegan Bradley. This is him heading into this tournament, but if we want to go back
We've already done that. So do it with somebody else. Do it with Spieth. We know that we figured Keegan's thing out now. Because I'm curious. Spieth entering this week, Genesis Invitational 12th, and he's starting to find the putter.
12th, 29th, and a missed cut, and a 24th. So, hey, not bad.
Fine. Okay. So if you scroll and find API, put that at the top.
Well, this is 2026 heading in. I have to find an API down here, which he didn't play last year.
He did not, because he never got invited.
That's right.
By Sam Saunders. Shout out Sam.
2024, he finished 30th.
30th.
Had a missed cut, or a DQ, sorry, a DQ.
DQ.
A 6th place finish at WM Phoenix Open, a 39th at Pebble Beach, and then a 3rd at the Century. So that was
solid form.
Yep,
really.
That was solid
didn't
form.
Play the greatest.
Agreed.
So
I come back down to 2023, where he finished 4th. He missed the cut at the Genesis, which was not a signature event, I don't think. Actually, it wasn't. I think it was.
2023, 24, 25, I think has been the last 3 years, right? So,
but did have a 6 at WM Phoenix Open again.
Yeah.
63rd at Pebble Beach, a missed cut at Sony, a 13th at Century, or Tournament Champions, I should say. Yeah, I want to say that it is this year is pretty reminiscent of past years where he's had success. He just doesn't have a top 10. Yeah, 12th. A 12th is good enough.
Yeah, that's about as good as you're going to get for him.
Yeah. Okay. I'm cool
think
with
the
it.
overall course fit makes a lot of sense for Spieth, you know.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Okay.
Did he have good course history? I mean, never mind. We just looked at it. You're looking at it like this.
Oh yeah, he's got Spieth has got a 4th, a 4th, and a 30th in his last 3.
Okay.
Which is basically it. Didn't play much before that, right? So that's kind of like it. Okay. Any other names catching your eye on average finishing position? Yeah. Rory's so perplexing, man.
What's that?
The Rory thing it's been a while since he's had a really solid.
You want to know what? I have always attributed Rory to this golf course being the best fit for him. Not just because he's a bomber. Rory plays really well on fast and firm greens. Really well.
Yeah.
And it reminds me, anytime I watch Rory on a soft green type of surface, like the Memorial, he zips his wedges off. Like he's got zero spin control. Zero.
Yeah.
And when they're fast and firm and, he's going to spin it a little bit, but he gets that first bounce to bounce forward and then it comes back a little bit. Whereas, on a softer golf course, it just rips as soon as it lands.
And he just finished second, dude, at the Genesis, which
I like Rory. I would put Rory. My God, I think that's what I'm going to do this week. I'd put Rory ahead of Scotty. Because I honestly, I feel really confident with saying that this week. I'm going to put Rory ahead of Scotty.
Because I think
I'm going to burn him in my one and done this week too.
That's not a terrible option either, because he finished 15th here last year. I was on him. I was on Rory 3 times before including the Masters. He won 3 times. I was on him the other 3 times from an outright perspective. That just tells you exactly what you need to know about me and my outrights, because then he went and won at Pebble, the Players, and the Masters. 3 places you'd never think he'd ever win. But he changed his wood sets. I think he was using a different driver and he was using different woods.
That's right.
At the API, just randomly.
That's
after
right.
winning at Pebble. Now he goes and changes his whole bag. Completely couldn't get it to, you drove it like an asshole and finished 15th still with stuff that wasn't even supposed to be in his bag. I imagine he's showing up with speculating. He could do the same bullshit again. But maybe he learned his lesson,
What's funny is I've been shopping for a new driver. I've went to the simulator not too long, or I was at Second Swing here in Minneapolis 2 days ago. Got my ball speed up to 178, so that was nice. And I found out, just from them and from friends that are into equipment, that this is the time of year where all new equipment comes out. So the Titleist drivers that I'm interested in, the old models that are still being sold as the new models right now have just been discounted because they're trying to move that product out to bring in the new product that comes in March, or the end of this month. Yeah. It's supposed to come at the end of this month. So I would agree with you. Rory could have new clubs in the bag and we wouldn't know. Same with Scotty, by the way, who's been just fiddling with a driver, not having any confidence whatsoever.
Been this year, though.
What's that?
We just saw how good his driver's been this year.
I mean, he's been lacing the golf balls. What he's been doing. Yeah,
I think the QI4 is what he's rocking right now, and it's added 3 miles per hour or something crazy to his game. So we'll see what he does. Rosie, I don't know. We've lost momentum yet, Darbo. Where do we want to keep?
Well, so you have the odds board up. This is sorted by OWGR. So this is all the top guys in the world right now. I can sort it by course history. I'm on my recent form tab.
Okay.
just showing you what their results come in. This is the part of the conditional formatting I was telling you about before we jumped in. I haven't done this part, but I've done every other one
Well,
so
let's
far.
stay on the course history then.
Okay.
I think that's more relevant this week than
Sure.
we
Ryan
really haven't
Fox,
had a course
Pearson
like this
Cootie.
update.
That's fine. Let's do it this way. Ryan Fox, Pearson Cootie. I'll be playing Cootie all day long.
Cootie. I love his profile for this course a lot.
If you give me Cootie at $7,400 and Fox at $6,800, like it's going to be hard not to put them in the lineup together.
Cootie is 57 to 1. He's priced around Jason Day, Keegan Bradley, and Jordan Spieth.
Wow.
So he'll probably be at least in the sevens.
You think he'll be like 7,800?
Yeah. I mean, he was like 8K-ish at Genesis.
You know what, though? A Pearson Cootie with a Scotty Scheffler seems like a really good fit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Foxy's, he's scrappy, man. You know, like, and he's got distance off the tee. It makes sense that he finished 14th here 3 years ago.
Yeah, same with
3 years
Cootie,
ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right?
Sungjae is an absolute no-go.
That's a no-go for me, too.
Not dealing with him immediately off of an injury. And Justin Thomas, the same thing. 49 to 1 for JT to win this thing. He's going to be floating around the bottom of the 8K, top of the sevens.
You know what, though? I'm actually going to be okay playing JT. That back issue that he has, or not even so much back, it was just a procedure to alleviate something, right?
Okay.
A herniated disc, or it's something like his dad had. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with a wrist injury. Like, we saw what happened with Daniel Berger. We saw what happened with Jordan Spieth. I'm not touching Sungjae for like a year.
Unless he shows us that he's figured it out. But again, it's unlikely.
Yeah.
And for JT, the way he's driving the golf ball, it's a complete no for me, especially coming back from a back injury. I just don't think he's a good enough driver of the ball, like around here. You know, like he hasn't had a top 10 year yet. And granted, he hasn't been playing amazing in the last little while. What would change? I'd imagine he's playing worse than he has the last little while, because look at this driving stuff here. It's like, it's putting him behind the 8 ball like way more often than you need to be.
Yeah, it's like 50%. He's gaining or he's losing.
Yeah, dude. And out of this rough, with just coming off of a back injury, like why would this be the first time that you've teeing it? Like this week at the Cognizant should have been the exact time Justin Thomas got his first round in.
Yeah.
But and he just played TGL. Like, why would you not? There's no like lies around PGA National that's going to like have your back hurting.
Over the last year, he is a break even off the tee golfer.
Dude, can you filter by majors?
Yes, I can.
Filter by majors, yeah, real quick. Before you click, what do you think it is?
Well, I see it. It's
bad.
negative. Yeah.
Almost
negative 0.69 is what I have. And that's just over the last, just this last year.
If you just pull that back, dude, it'll be the same.
Well, it gets a little bit better. Minus,
but that's all the way back. You know, like
this is all the way back. Yeah.
Like still bad. So
yeah. And that's the joke that I have. What I think is funny. He's just a little man. He's a little guy and tries to be a big boy when it comes to hitting the driver. Gets up on his tippy toes. And whenever he does that, he just hits it off the planet. Yeah. Not very far. He just hits it off the planet.
And you can't hit a draw properly.
I remember when he played the Century and he had several holes with the fairway was like 30, 40 yards wide. He didn't even touch it. Didn't even come close to touching the fairway.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah. So I'll dial back. If in DFS, if JT is 72 to 7,400, I will throw some bullets. Yeah, of JT in there for sure.
He is the same odds as Shane Lowry. I will.
So then no,
roughly the same range as Shane Lowry.
Well, who knows? Maybe Shane Lowry is going to be 7,800 this week.
Then I'll take if I'm clicking Justin Thomas over Shane Lowry at the API.
I just need to give your head a shake.
What are we really doing here?
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
If they're the same price.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
In my opinion, it's just out in general.
I agree. Okay. Going down the list, I'm just Jacob. Okay, hold on. You're the Jacob Bridgman whisperer.
Okay.
Did you not call his win at the
No.
John Deere? Oh, I thought
I'm the Davis Thompson whisperer,
you're the Davis Thompson whisperer.
who was the stat fish this week, by the way, and finished 60th. So like, just flopping around on the mud bank all weekend, you know. The Statfish fades have been good. They've been
Yes,
above
they have been.
$8,500.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a.
I thought you were
spendy
gonna. I
range.
thought you were gonna do Daniel Berger. I thought that was gonna be your stat fish.
It was close. I should have done Brooks, but thank God I dodged that bullet as well. So
Oof,
you know,
that would have been. Yeah.
I'm fishing with the white worms right now. So we are doing good.
You got the right bait.
I've got the right bait, and it's clicky.
Are you gonna play Jason Day this week?
Yes, flop lag situation. Should have shown up at Pebble. Should have shown up at Riv.
Oh, that's
neither.
I see what you're saying. Because he played poorly at those courses, he's going to show up here and no one else is going to play him.
Well, I mean, this beginning part of the schedule, he's typically played well at all of these courses, but he hasn't. No one's probably, I mean, that's like, if he hasn't played well at the courses, you should, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's
again,
true.
That 8th place is also from one round. He gained 8 strokes, I think, on a Saturday.
Really?
You know, oh yeah, it was incredible. It was like the only round he basically gained strokes in, I think. It was.
You're talking about last year?
Yeah. He gained Jason Day. Oh boy, where is he? Yeah, he gained. Okay, he went minus 1.4, 8 strokes on Friday, 2.7 on Saturday, and then lost 2.6 on Sunday. So basically, that was the majority of his strokes gained he had there, which is not even the best spike round at this golf course in the last 5 years.
Oh, I see.
Monster round.
Yep, it was 64.
Yeah, and he did it all with the putter. Like, that's what he can do.
Yeah,
though.
he did.
You know,
You're right.
On these kind of conditions, when you're scrambling for par, that's what Jason Day does. You know, like,
Such a loser.
he is, especially the way he dresses now. But
You're right.
It's sneaky. You know, he hasn't played great this year. 13th at Pebble is like below his standards.
Well, this was last year. I'm sorry. This is we're looking at last year. Did he finish 13th this year too?
I think he finished 18th or maybe 23rd.
I'm just cycling through the years and just seeing what his lead in form is to kind of compare it to this year.
Yeah,
oh my
he
God.
finished 24th at Pebble.
Holy crap. So he has had several top 13s heading into each of these that he's played well at the API. Did he miss the cut here? I don't know. He didn't even play in 2022.
He's got a 2nd at the Amex this year and a 24th at Pebble. Those are his 2 best finishes. He missed the cut at the Genesis Invitational.
Jason. Okay, well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's not a core play for me at all. It's just a guy that I don't mind at all. You know, like a couple lineups.
So a cut, 24th, 38th. At least he's got a 2nd. That's usually, yeah. Okay. Yeah, whatever, dude. Okay, let's move
whatever,
on.
dude. Moving on. Yeah, cool.
I don't like talking about J-Day because I never get him right.
Not talking about Bobby McIntyre is something that's interesting.
I don't mind it.
He hasn't necessarily been playing great this year. 4th at the Sony, and then 20th last week at the Genesis. But I'm gonna flip you off quick.
Yeah,
flip myself on. And this week is hellish conditions, which means scoring average is going to be over par. Of the last 1,300 rounds, 1,100 of them have been over par scoring averages. You know, call it the last 5 years, 6 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The best in those conditions: Scotty, Rory, 3.2, 2.3. Pearson Cootie.
There we go.
1.8 strokes gained. Let's make these slightly bigger for the people. While we're at the bottom here, Brian Campbell. Again, it's so hilarious that he's even in this field. When you are 1,600 to 1
2 wins,
to win a
baby.
golf tournament, you are not in the right place, man.
2 wins in 1 year. That'll do it. Boosted him up the OWGR.
Yep. Pearson Coody, Corey Connors, hellish conditions, 1.6 strokes gained. It gets, like easy and medium. He's losing strokes to the field, hard, 0.6 gained, and then hellish conditions. He's the fourth best option, strokes gained wise, because he's just like Mr. Consistent, man. Like
Yeah.
he's just not a birdie maker. He's a bogey avoider type situation. Smotherman, it's his best actual stuff, but again, that's a lot of Corn Ferry Tour stuff. I'm not sure that's going to. Yes, Bobby Mack, sixth. Gaining 1.5 strokes. It's his best split of the bunch. And, I think it makes a lot of sense. The same goes for Spieth. 1.4 strokes gained in hellish conditions. He's not gaining more than 0.6 in any of the other splits. So there's some interesting names at the top of this board. Keegan Bradley, again, it's his best split. It makes sense why he plays well here, because he's a good total driver of the golf ball. What is a typical characteristic of a very hard golf course, Darbo?
A typical characteristic?
Yeah, like what would you say like the top 3 characteristics are?
Distance, long rough, and
cool.
I would probably just say firm greens.
Yeah, so what is that reward? Total drivers of the golf ball, good iron players.
Yeah. Accurate golfers, I suppose.
Accurate guys in control of the golf ball.
That's right.
So, it's really the first tournament of the year that we're going to be seeing like over par scoring.
Yes, that's true. I agree.
Amex, Sony, Farmers was easy this year. Fuck, Justin Rose was like minus 17, dude.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, so again, I'm gonna stress this as well. Once we leave Florida, with the amount of water that we have here, don't freak out. Like, you got to pay attention to like micro analysis of people's strokes gained if you're going to be using that to model and stuff, because you could hit 3 or 4 water balls really quickly. I think Tommy Fleetwood made like a 13 or an 11. Jake Knapp made a 13 on the par 5 here, where he just nuked a couple OB, then finally found the fairway, then hit in the water twice, kind of thing. Your strokes gain can get absolutely nailed to the ground in Florida. So it's where,
before the beginning of the Cog, I'm looking at the Cognizant of this year, and I was like, do we just forget what happens at California? Anything that happened in California as they're coming over to Florida? And it's like, okay, Shane Lowry, not so much, but Shane always plays well.
He's playing well
in Florida. Nikolai also had really good recent form. He played at Farmers and then WM Phoenix Open, but had 2 weeks off at whatever. Yeah. But if you look at this is average finishing position. Red is bad, and dark red's even worse. There's so many people up here with really bad recent form, and you can see some of their lead-in stats or their lead-in finishes heading into the event. So I don't know if it's really worth looking at. We kind of already did to some extent, looking at lead-in form.
And it's not that correlatory.
Not really.
There's only 3 green boxes on your screen, yeah, dude. And you're going like,
and I mean, this
30
is
rows.
This is the Cognizant. So if I were to bring up Arnold Palmer, and we were looking, I mean, this is 2021. Just to throw this out there right away, you're not seeing many green boxes. 8th place and better. There's a bunch of people that tied for 10th, and you're seeing more green boxes there. But there are some golfers that look at that. Lee Westwood up there again. 2022. Oh, Billy Horschel. But anyways, you also, again, you've got some golfers with bad lead-in data coming into this.
Yeah.
The only good lead-in data was the Honda, Cognizant. Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this again. Look at the recent form. Like, it's terrible. That's 2023. Here's 2024. So Scotty Scheffler, sure. Will Zalatoris, all right. So that's whatever. But then everyone's just like middling and not super great. Last year you had Russell Henley coming in with really good recent form, but that's Honda, I guess, to some extent. But yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, I think you just forget about what happened in California and just move on. Like, none of it really matters.
No, look, I will say that it doesn't hurt to have good form, like but don't over use it. But
Well,
I
right.
wouldn't be freaked out about bad form.
If you look in here, everybody pretty much has a top 20. You see all these little green boxes. That means they have top 20s. So nearly everybody has a top 20 leading into the event. So yeah, I'll kind of take back a little bit what I said. It's like, don't ignore good recent form. Like, but if there are missed cuts that are in there that seem like, oh, he shouldn't have missed the cut or he shouldn't have played that poorly or whatever, it's like you can probably ignore that if it was in California.
Yeah. I always ask guests on the show, like, would you use recent form or course history this week? If you had to pick one that's like
course history for this tournament.
For this week, it's definitely course history.
Yep, I agree 100%. So we can continue down the course history thing. I don't know how many golfers you want to go over. I know that one during Genesis, we almost went through the whole board.
I mean, I'm cool cutting it off at 3 hours. We got another 35 minutes if you want to do that.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
I think let's go down to, this is good course history right here. Once we get to Patrick Rogers, let's just do like a fast fire off,
Perfect.
Whatever.
Let's go. Okay.
So we kind of left off on Bobby Mack. Now we're to Patrick Cantlay, which you've already said you're just not going to.
Yeah, no, Mr. Greek Yogurt's going to miss my play.
Greek Yogurt.
Him and Aaron Rye. Just sour cream.
That's so good. That's so good. Ludwig Oberg. Do you trust him? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with that guy.
What has he been doing?
He obviously got sick again at some point at the beginning of this year. That's why he withdrew from the one tournament. I can't remember which one it was. Genesis
Invitational, he finished 20th. I'll go Keegan Bradley instead of Ludwig.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Type situation. I'd probably go Ludwig before I go Cantlay.
I also think Ludwig has some swing issues. He's remarked on certain things he's doing that he's not happy with. It almost feels a little like Victor Hovland to some extent. Like those Scandinavian boys, they just, if they don't like what they're looking at, they just get like obsessed with
the mechanics.
Yes.
He missed the fourth green at Riv by half a football field. It's not good, dude, at all. So in my opinion, I mean, he could be the Nico Echeverria of this week, but again, like has never finished top 20 yet, dude. So this may not be like, if we just said course history over course fit, he just went and finished second at the Masters in 2024 a couple weeks later, and then finished seventh where he should have basically finished third at the Masters a couple weeks later in 2025. So
I'm not digging Ludwig at all. I want to. I think I still think he's got one of the best golf swings on tour, but it's just not vibing right now.
What is his off the tee game looking like?
Just for this year, it's pretty break even.
Yeah. And he's typically like a very good driver of the golf.
He has to be, because he's not super great on approach. And he's also not very good around the green. Like, just in general, if you just look at his whole entire game with strokes gain eyeballs, he's not good around the green.
No.
His approach isn't stellar. It's good enough to be, semi-elite. It's his off the tee has to be better. And off the tee isn't determinant, basically. It doesn't really matter which golf course you're playing. If you're good off the tee, you're always going to be good off the tee.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed. Here's JD mentioning that Ludwig had a bad Thursday at Riv. Final 3 days were much improved from what we have seen so far.
Yeah, and he pulled out of the tournament before Riv. I don't remember. It wasn't Pebble Beach, I don't think. Was it?
Pebble Beach,
no,
he
finished played 37th. That. But was it WM Phoenix Open? He withdrew from an event because he got sick. It was like a reminiscent thing of last year. He got sick during this time of the year.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think he's my guy this week.
No. We can move
Some
on.
people are gonna, and it gives me FOMO, but at the same time, I'm not gonna lean into this. Like, I'm gonna get caught up in the group.
I'll put it this way: if I'm building 100 lineups, my FOMO is only gonna put him in somewhere between 3 to 5. Like that's it. Right. That's it. I do not want to waste any more money on him. He can be one of those winner take all contests for me. For if he does play well, I can get my money back.
Mm-hmm. I will take Corey Connors here instead of Ludwig because of just what we've seen. Corey Connors doesn't have to be playing great before he comes here.
That's right. He's in the perfect position right now. Yeah, I would.
Xander, Jesus,
oof, not great.
No.
By the way, we skipped over Keith Mitchell and Ben Griffin, and I think that's perfect.
That's fine.
Just don't have to talk about them.
Yeah.
And we did already cover Justin Thomas a little bit, so this is brutal by Xander. Why doesn't he play this course well?
Can't drive it straight enough.
I was just gonna say, is it the driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't drive it straight enough, yeah.
And the little boy can't really hit out of the rough that well, so.
He's so small. He packs a punch, man.
Yeah, it's insane how some of these shorter guys hit the ball as far as they do.
Do you think longer, lankier golfers are better out of the rough because their swing's more vertical?
Yes, absolutely, 1,000%.
You know,
yeah, 100%. Like,
how tall is Corey Connors?
Probably 6'1".
I'll put it 6'11". I'll put it up.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. He also has a very flat golf swing.
He's 6 foot. 6 foot, which is fine.
Yeah,
Spieth is 6'1".
He's already played here well anyways, so we're okay with him.
Yeah,
Xander not playing well and him being a little short guy, like that's probably has something to do with it to some extent.
Same thing with Decky. You know, not a good driver of the golf ball.
Oh yeah. In previous years where he has played well, he's hitting the driver much better. This year, not at all. Yeah, that's an easy fade. Easy fade.
Same with Chris Kirk.
Oh yeah, dude. He, so I dabble in the prize picks, and I had a Friday flex, as it's called. 6 picks, had them all right except for 3.5 birdies by Chris Kirk. I picked 3.5 because if I looked using my tools, the round by round stats, he'd never had, and this is kind of like I'm picking and choosing, maybe a bit too specific, but in round 2, he's never had less than 4 birdies, and he averages 5 in round 2. He ended up getting me 3 birdies.
Oh man.
Yeah. And he on hole 1, he left a birdie putt this far short. It was dead center, but he left it short. What a bitch. I'm just gonna straight up and say it. What a bitch. He played like a little bitch with that whole round. It was terrible.
Did he miss the cut?
Yeah, the wheels fell off. He played 6 solid holes and then it was bogey, just terrible.
I think I saw him in the mud.
Yeah.
Man, I was loving thinking about the Big Lebowski. It was I didn't watch my buddies die face down in the mud for you to step over the line. You know, I just, every time I saw someone in the mud, it was
that's hilarious.
Novak is a system play. You sprinkle him in and just wait for it to happen because he's like Nico. He is remarkably volatile.
If Novak was playing Puerto Rico, I would literally, he'd be in almost every one of my lineups, but he's so boomer bust. I can't figure out Novak, and I don't even know if you're supposed to figure out Novak. You're just supposed to play him and just deal with the variance that he's going to provide.
What if I could tell you that Andrew Novak is going to be $6,300, $6,500?
He's going to be able to round out a lot of my Scotty lineups. That's fine. Yeah. But if I'm building, if I'm starting with Rory or if I'm starting with anybody in the 9K range or whatever, I'm not going to try to stretch to him, you know?
Yep, agree. But just put him in some Scotty lineups. That's all you need, and call it a day. I'm not going to play him a lot, but I'm going to play him a little bit because
you have given me an idea. I'm going to play him in 2 Scotty lineups and 1 Rory lineup, and that's it. Just doing 3 lineups. I'm going to build them. I forgot to mention this during the Cognizant recap. I was really happy with my lineup building process this week. I really spent time looking at cut make like potential, how good these golfers were on Bermuda, I really like dug in and picked like real good lineups. And I think that's why I was as successful as I was. So this week I'm going to do kind of the same thing. And I need to come up with ideas as to limit bad lineups. And I feel like if you were to anchor around Andrew Novak, Scotty Scheffler lineups, you're just already setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Andrew Novak's not anchor. He's a cupcake sprinkle. Like he's just, just like a little bit in there, call it a day.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I agree. Fleetwood.
Also, only one top 5 here, with the next best being like a 10th, it's very interesting.
You know what, Byron? I imagine he might have, and it's probably tied or really close, some of the most top 20s at this event. It's just he's got a couple
Total
missed
top
18 and a
20s.
61st place finish in there that really bumps up his course history. If you were to remove that, we're looking at like inside the 20s. He'd be up here. He'd be like up here.
Yeah.
He'd be like Sung Jae, basically. And if you saw him up here, would you be like, oh, I got to play Tommy?
I haven't made up my mind.
I like Tommy. I like Tommy.
I'm not going to write him off. I'm going to leave. Yeah.
This course sets up for his draw, and him and Rory. Like the draw is such a good shot shape for this golf course.
I bet him last week or Genesis and just couldn't get into the top 5.
So this is what you and I can help each other with: recency bias.
Yeah, no, that's obviously what's
we're talking course fit. I think Tommy's course fit here is absolutely stellar.
He's super accurate off the tee, so I couldn't agree more.
Okay,
it just makes me wonder, like, what the hell is stopping him from like high ending this thing? Last little while, because that 85th there was when he went water ball city on what is it, the 6th hole or something at at Bay Hill.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember.
He lost in 2024 round 2. He lost 7.7 strokes in one round, the same amount as Colin Morikawa that day.
Ouch, dude. Ouch.
Insane.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I won't be overboard on Tommy, I don't think, this week. I think because the thing is, Tommy Fleetwood is the 3rd highest priced option. He's going to be like top of the. He may be in the 10K range.
Oh, he will be. He'll be. I think this is going to be a copy and paste from the Genesis for price tags. I don't think Scotty's going to be like 14.5, but I think he's going to be 13.9 to 14.1, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I think Rory will be 12.3 is my somewhere in that range, 12.1 to 12.5. And then I think Fleetwood will be 10.1 to 10.3.
10.5-ish. Yeah. I can see it happening.
Like this is it right here, 10.3. Like Genesis,
Yeah. The only difference with Scotty is Scotty's never top 5 to Genesis, but he's won this thing twice. So they could.
Yep. Yeah. So course history might. Yeah. You're right. I hope, but I think that's where like the strategy will come in. If you're that high priced. I don't know. I guess never mind. I don't know what DraftKings is trying to accomplish. They screwed up this last week with the Cognizant.
Yeah. But he was the same price to win Genesis. So he was like 3-1 on the money last time. Okay, so we could probably expect them to roll out the same price tag then again.
Yeah, so 14.3 to 14.5, somewhere in there.
What was he at Genesis?
14. Well, I think he was 14.5, right? I can.
Was he in the 14s?
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
He's been in the 14s. Yeah, it was 14.3.
Oh God, man. Short-term memory loss. Yeah, every I don't know, man.
I like I said, 14-2 to 14-4. If he's 14-5, I mean, he's still, you could win a GPP with him at the WM Phoenix Open being 14-5. Like that, I showed everyone that you could do that. But Jesus, this week I don't. I hate the miss to the left. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's worse than it's ever been. It's worse than it's ever been. Okay, moving on. Michael Kim. I'm not
out.
He hits a draw, which is really good. It fits his whatever, but his withdraws and recent form. I don't know what he's been up to, I guess. Let me look.
Yeah. No, it's been bad, dude. It's just been bad for him. He's miscuts and
he's
50ths.
I mean, he's becoming a friend of the DFS community and whatever, but I've always thought of him kind of the same as I've thought of JJ Spawn. They're just losers. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. They're both nice guys, but when it comes to golf, they're just losers.
JJ Spawn's got vertigo, so don't you talk nonsense about my boy. I mean, what has this been? WM. That was it. And he putted his brains
This
out.
here is scary as hell. -7? The guy is very erratic with his driver.
Around pebble as well. You know, that's not a demanding off the tee stuff. So,
and nor is Sony. Sony is a lot of you don't even have to hit driver.
I mean, I would almost look for him in matchups if possible this week.
Okay.
Anyway,
for rounds 1 and 2 because he's not making the cut.
Yeah, exactly.
Fowler's fine. I don't mind it. I think he's been pretty solid this year. It's nothing special. Nothing special. But it's
a showdown superstar.
He's one of those. Him and Tommy would look good in cardigans. You know.
Oh yeah, but Ricky's incapable. He's Shane Lowry with a mullet.
I know. I agree.
The closer to the lead he gets, the worse it is, and the further away he is from the lead, the better. You know, so anytime Ricky's out of contention, he's absolutely going to be in my showdowns because that's when he does his thing. Under no pressure, he plays good golf.
Cam Young, Joanne in my chat says Cam Young for a top 10. I like Cam Young this week.
He's so interesting, dude, because you'd think he fits this golf course perfectly, wouldn't you?
I think he's what's the term that people like to call? I mean, he's upgraded in his golf game. He has stepped up. He's gone to the next level, I feel like.
Yeah. He absolutely has, especially with the putter. You know, the putter's found his groove again. But my concern with Cam Young is that 7th place at Riv. He's only top 20 this year in 4 starts. It's his most recent start, but it's also the only good finish he's really had. At the Farmers, he finished 22nd. You know, I don't know if he's got the iron play for this golf course, man. But he balled out with the irons at Riv. The putter has also, he has been a guy that would gain 2, 3, 4 strokes putting every week. And that hasn't shown up yet.
I will say this. Cam Young for me is just going to be price dependent. I don't want to play him in the 9K range, but obviously he just performed well at Riv. I just, man.
He's 32 to 1.
He's gone back to his draw. You're yawning on me, pal.
I am. I'm tired. I don't know. I'm not bored. I'm just tired.
No, I get it. I get it.
I'm drinking tea as well, which isn't helping.
It's all good. It's all good. We're almost to the finish line.
Yeah.
So Cam Young, I actually don't mind it. I think it's a good course fit, and I think I'll play him. Vegas, don't care for.
I agree.
Danny Bergs, this is 5th tournament in a row, and I've said this and I'll continue saying it. I will never play Daniel Berger at consecutive weeks in a row. If he takes a break and he's got one event, that he's coming back to or whatever, I'll play him then. But back to back, since his wrist injury, is no good.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Victor Hovland, no, I'm staying away from him too.
He has the lowest spike round of everyone at this golf course. He gained 8.3 strokes one time, like probably when he finished 22nd.
And he could basically do the exact same thing he did at Valspar, where he's just coming in with floaties on his arms and whatever, trying to fix his golf swing. And he could actually just show up and ball out, but I don't think that's happening here at Bay Hill.
I agree. If there's one I'm speculating on this week, it'll be Victor. Out of the guys we've spoken about here, more than Young, Berger, Scott even.
I have a hot take about Scott.
Okay.
I think he's going to be the best performer heading out of Florida.
Really?
Because that guy plays really well. If you remember the Blue Monster, Doral. He's won that event before. He plays well at that golf course. He just played well at Riv that he has played well at before. I think I remember watching Matt Stoney, and I mentioned this last time that we were talking about Adam Scott. You got me off of Adam Scott to some extent.
I got you off, Adam Scott.
You got me off.
Adam Scott. That's not good. It's never good.
But I thought, what I saw at Sony, the guy was hitting, and we joked about this, but he was hitting his irons just to 8 feet on every hole and missing the putt every single time, which is a problem. However, the guy plays, he normally plays Riv well, and he plays these Florida golf courses well.
But not this one.
No, you're right. Not this one. I was just looking at this and But I actually do feel good about Adam Scott this week.
Again, there's going to be guys with bad course history that play well this week. It's just going to happen. It's just a law of averages, That's just how it goes.
All right. Let's you see the list on here.
English.
I'll say a name. I'll say a name I like. You say a name you like. We don't even have to go down the list. Okay. We don't have to go through each of the golfers. Just whatever the first golfer you see, I'll pick a golfer somewhere close to it, and we'll go on from there. So who do you like first? I'll let you start off.
Harris English.
Okay.
There's a good chance I bet him this week.
Okay.
The 22nd or 27th is his best and worst finishes this year. So he's been playing like really solid. And then if you take a look at his strokes gain go up as you go from easy, medium, hard, and hell.
Oh, okay.
The more difficult and the more short game and the more grindy it is, especially in majors, I've bet him to win pretty much every single major this year at 100-1. He's undervalued. So 2nd and 9th in the last 5. Yeah.
I think it's easy to go back to Russell Henley. Like, I don't see why not. He's got decent form, and this is a course he plays well at.
Yeah, and he'll be disrespected because he missed the cut. He freaking missed the cut at Riv.
Yeah.
Sex Panther. Turned into a carpet.
Well, regress back to the mean. That means he's going to come back and finish inside the top 20 this week.
I love that for us. Okay.
Who's your next guy?
Sahith.
Ooh, you like Sahith here?
Mm-hmm. 6th and 14th last year is anything that happened last year. I'm just eliminating from my brain.
Yeah, that's fine.
We've had some really solid performances from Sahith this year already. What is he? He's this year. He has got himself into the mix where he's finished 8th, 7th, 18th, and 22nd in his last 5.
Yeah, and you know what? And he played. What did he finish at WM Phoenix Open?
18th, and then Genesis Invitational. He finished 22nd. Like
the fact that he finished well at WM Phoenix Open. Like when golfers play well at golf courses, they typically play well at. I like that as a progression going towards another golf course they play well at. So yeah, I'm with you on Sahith.
Let's go. Yeah, if you just eliminate 2025, that's a really solid profile there.
I'm going to skip past Colin Morikawa, but I do see in the chat that JP Del Frio, he said, unsure if I missed this, but Did you guys chat about Kawa and Goddard? They just won, and we talked about how form doesn't matter. But what are your thoughts there? I like Goddard up here. I don't like Morikawa here. I don't.
I may, and I'm saying this with complete sanity, I may endorse Colin Morikawa this week.
Okay.
Because I mean, we got a 9th and a 2nd. It's either miscuts or top 10s, yeah. And he seems to have figured his stuff out, man. You know, like he's a better version of himself again. He almost won this thing a year ago.
I was just about to say, someone's going to have to convince me about Colin Morikawa. And if you can give me a good, reason as to why I should believe in Colin Morikawa again, then I will. But I don't know.
He's putting better. And the thing is, like, I like him on the firmer courses because I think that's where the ball striking will separate. He's not going to beat up a soft Riviera, And he's
you know what?
Well.
If he's back to finding fairways, and then his approach is insane. So that means he's throwing darts again. Man, I can't. No, I'm not doing it for API. I just don't. I kind of still feel like he hasn't figured it out yet, and he just got lucky the last couple of weeks. And I could be completely off on that, but there's no trust. I have zero trust.
Yeah. Look, the harder conditions are, I think the more it rewards good ball strikers. And I'd imagine that it's going to play quite difficult this year. I mean, I don't know. Choose your poison,
Yep.
Don't have to go too crazy about it.
And price tag is going to matter for me too, no matter what. If he's in the 9K range, I'm just going to be like, no, thank you.
Yeah, he's right by Russell Henley and Hideki.
And I would much rather play Russell. I don't want to play Hideki.
I agree.
Okay, so we went by Colin, but you kind of gave him your endorsement. I will go back to the well with Sam Burns. Okay. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Not.
Okay, pick your goal. I'm not even gonna give a reason. It's just a feel. It's a vibe thing.
We've obviously spoken about Shane already.
Yep.
Aldrich.
Right down here.
Yeah. Aldrich and Akshay, both interesting because they're two different kind of golfers, but Aldrich he's lost 35 pounds, Darbo.
He looked good. I'll say that.
He's lost 35 pounds.
He lost his baby fat.
I know. He looks so handsome now. I think I've got a crush on him. Like he might be my new Cam Smith. I think he's built for these kind of courses. He drives the ball really well. And he's a much better long iron player than he is a wedge player. We was chatting about what he was doing from 250. Like these par fives are long. They are long par fives, and those are the majority of where you score your birdies on this course. And he can turn those into eagle opportunities easily. Can also turn them into double bogey opportunities, but he's going to be free. It's going to be $6,500, and long irons and just figuring it out. And I also prefer him. Like, I think he's starting to become a professional. He's like changed caddies, changed everything. Changed clubs, changed trainers, changed management. Like
the only thing
he's ready to become a professional.
I like hearing all of that. The only thing that I guess I'm more concerned about this week versus Genesis or the Riviera is the water. And I'm not saying that Aldrich, can't be smart about it, but because he's so young and because he's a power player, there's a bit of ego that I feel like always kind of comes into play that you have to be humbled a little bit by playing a golf course. And he did miss the cut here last year, so maybe he has already been humbled, and maybe will attack the golf course differently, which I don't know. It is Florida golf, and with Florida golf, the water becomes a huge, chaotic in nature.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play more Aldrich this week than I did at Riviera at the Genesis.
I can assure you, I won't be playing him at the Players.
You won't play? Why not?
It takes his biggest weapon out of his hands.
If you can thread the needle, like, then driver can be a huge advantage at TPC Sawgrass.
Maybe, but he's not threading the needle though.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I was gonna say here at API or at Bay Hill, you can pretty much bomb it almost anywhere and get away with it. It is fairly wide open.
Pick a side.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
one last golfer. Actually, I'm gonna just name some names that we didn't talk about. I'm gonna talk about Jake Knapp, but we skipped past Siwoo Kim. We skipped past JJ Spawn, and two other golfers I'd say is Sepp Straka and Mav McNeely that I think are worth talking about, but I don't care to right now. Like, it's just, I think they're notables that other people might go, well, what about these guys? You know, that I don't really care for.
I think Joel Damon's also sneaky.
No,
he could be one of these, like, again, another solid performance. You know, he's played now Farmers and at the Coggers, back-to-back top 20s. I don't know exactly what he finished today, but again, going into round 4 with the top 10 spot, I don't see him inside the top 10, but he's one of these super accurate guys. Think about what he did at the Farmers. You know, like, if you can hit every fairway, it's just going to bound out there. He's a very good long iron player. I mean, worth a sprinkle. You know, what is he? He's like freaking all the way down here somewhere. Not really. Holy what? Oh, he's not even on the odds board yet. So
yeah.
I love how we use the course history so that anyone that's playing it for the first time will not get mentioned by us today.
Yeah, and then they're up at the top. So there's Goddard, McCarty, Gerard. Yeah. We should remember this next time.
I mean, Thor this week makes a lot more sense to me than the Cog.
Okay. I understand why. I get it. I get it. Yeah. He did have
a good enough golfer to get across the line on the Cog. Though.
Yeah, I'll have to try to shake recency bias out of my head for that one.
Yeah, I'm also locking in Daniel Bennett.
What's that?
I'm locking Daniel Bennett into every one of my lineups.
Well, who is Daniel Bennett?
I don't know.
Okay, I was going to be like, I had to add him to my database, you know, before jumping on because I'm like, what the hell is this?
I don't know who he is.
Daniel Bennett, I think, is a famous atheist scholar.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. I'm pretty sure. Daniel Bennett.
The brother of Sam Bennett, the famous club twirler.
Maybe that's who actually it is. It could be. He might have that stupid, nasty goatee like Sam Bennett did too.
Gracious. Facial hair monstrosity.
Yeah.
Got her up, Zabo.
Got her up and Nap. Got her up and Nap. Both are very similar, like they're long ball hitters, right?
If you think about the link stuff with Got Her Up.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know.
Look, I actually think Got Her Up is, when he was coming out of college, he was a person that people were talking up. They thought he was going to be one of the next elite golfers. It's obviously just won on tour twice this year, right?
Yes.
So, and this is his third PGA Tour victory. So fourth. He did Genesis, Myrtle Beach, right? Way back in 2024. Or was that 2025?
The Scottish, yes. The Scottish.
And then he did the Scottish. And then
maybe the one flight or something, yeah.
Yeah. One flight Myrtle Beach.
And then the 2 this year.
The guy is solid, dude. Like,
places where wins a factor in all of them. You know,
hits the ball a mile and has shots. You watched him at WM Phoenix Open. He was hitting little bullets, like little baby cuts. And then if he needed to step on one, he was launching it. Like,
launches it.
I think he's in his, I don't know. He's in fuego. Let's put it that way. I think he's very similar to what I would say Ben Griffin was like last year, except for Chris Goddard can play on any golf course, whereas like, Ben Griffin could just play on short to medium length golf courses. Chris Goddard
Field
can
Village, yeah.
cover anything.
But yeah, no, I think he's worth a crack, and I think Ryan Gerard's worth a crack again. Not the greatest performance. I think there was too much pressure on him at the Cog.
So, JP Del Frio says Marco Penge thoughts. I don't think I have Marco Penge on here. I copied it over from the alpha list. I didn't see Marco Penge, but if he's in the field, I'm okay playing some Marco Penge.
I don't see him in here either, and I don't think he's played well enough to, because he needed to be top 30 in OWGR. He's 34th in order to get in. So
is he?
No.
Then maybe he's talking about Puerto Rico, which we aren't going to talk about.
I would be shocked if is he playing Puerto Rico?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways, before we get out of here, Jake Knapp, I'm in on. Guys, the guy is also in Fuego. Like, playing really good golf.
Such good golf.
Yeah.
And a perfect course fit for this place.
Yeah, he hits a draw too. Just... Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It goes so far.
Yeah.
So far.
It's crazy. The swing looks so effortless, and he's not a tall dude. So it's like,
yeah.
How is it that effortless and there's that much speed? It's insane.
I know. Makes me scared of anything else he does in his life, but
all right, man.
Babo, let's go, brother. Gonna be a good week. It's crazy going from the Cog to this. It's like going from a great television to just a 65-inch crystal clear HD, all the colors in the world.
Yeah, and the Cog actually performed better than I thought it was going to, as in like the drama and just riveting golf. This week is, I wouldn't liken it to Augusta, but it's like it's nice that it's coming back. Like, I can't wait to watch the golf course. Like I told you, the par fives are what I'm going to be watching. Mm-hmm. Especially, I think, what is it, 13 or whatever, the dog leg that Rory, I think, hit it down to where he only had 100 yards in or something like that. Like, yeah, I can't wait to see what some of these golfers do, and especially what Scotty Scheffler does. I still, if Scotty does not win this event, or is at least not in contention, if he has another stupid Thursday, I'm going to come here next Sunday and I'm going to raise every alarm bell that I possibly can. I mean, I'm going to just go absolutely banana sandwich. Like, I'm going to be very disappointed and frustrated.
Dabo, if he loses strokes putting, there's a very good chance he's not going to play well.
If he loses strokes putting, I'm going to be okay as long as he gains 8 strokes on approach. I'm going to be fine.
which it's been a while.
I know. I hope he figures something out. I hope the Florida swing is good to him. If he,
Me too.
I'm gonna be so sad.
But it's also fun watching Scotty battle. Like, it's the one thing that can make him intriguing is actually making him look human. Because
I forgot he was a hothead before Ted Scott got on his bag. Yeah. Someone reminded me of that, and then you kind of saw it a couple times, like he was going to try to break his club and whatever. But yeah.
But we're gonna have a great week. Thanks for hanging out with another 3 hours. Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying doing this show. Yeah. And on our 2 channels, I know yours, this is a bit different of content for your people.
Yep. But I know a lot of the people in my chat, they enjoy, or the people that come over to mine, they enjoy it. A reminder, if anyone is still watching, I guess I haven't been paying attention to my numbers. Oh yeah, we got people watching.
Yeah.
You can pull up both of our streams, and it helps us both out, tremendously. Just having views. Mute one of them. One of them. I would say always go and interact with Byron's, because he's got the chat. He's got the web service that provides this out there. I also have a chat, but I can't pull it into yours. I'll interrupt the stream every once in a while to say, hey, somebody on my chat said whatever. And I did that a couple times today.
Yeah.
Or I'll tell them to come over to your chat and whatever. Anyways. But yeah, have them both up. Have them both up. Mute one. That way we get both of the credit of watching, I guess.
Like them both.
Yeah.
Subscribe to both.
Let
our
us
channels.
Let us know how you like this. Like,
Hit us up
do
in the
you
comments.
enjoy these recap shows that turn into preview shows that might have a little bit of debauchery in between, you know, like talking about, you know, golfers' wives and stuff like that, you know? Let us know. Let us know how we're doing.
Let us know what you think of us, as long as it's nice things. Other than that, we don't want to hear it. And we
okay, you can come to my chat and just post whatever you want. It counts as participation points for me.
Okay, fine. You can come to my chat and say bad. No, it's been fun, Darbo. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Go check out the Model Maniac Patreon. Go check out sweetspotdfs.com. 2 wonderful resources for you guys. And we've got the bets covered. We've got the DFS covered, and hopefully everything in between for you guys. We really appreciate all of your views and your eyeballs and just hanging out in the chat, you know, on a nice Sunday afternoon, evening.
Yes.
So lots of fun to be had. We'll catch you guys next week.
All right. See you later, guys.
All right, brother. See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.